I don't know.
Love
There was a lot of these '60s Jack Lemmon, movie. Like, did you ever see The Apartment?
The Apartment.
It's Jack Lemmon. What's his name?
It's not like The Odd Couple, is it? Is
No,
The
no,
Apartment
that was
something
another
different?
one. That was another. But The Apartment was Jack Lemmon as the male star, and why can't I think of her name as the first female? Not Anne Margaret. Shirley
MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine. It was her first movie. She was hot in that movie. And what's his name? Fred MacMurray as a total bastard. It was, for everybody's favorite dad, Fred MacMurray.
The Apartment.
It was such a good movie. They keep bringing Shirley MacLaine, who's like a call girl, to Jack Lemmon's apartment. Fred MacMurray's having an affair with her, but Jack Lemmon is falling for her. And everybody like look at it like the people in the apartment think Jack Lemmon's a pimp.
Okay, I gotcha.
And Fred MacMurray's like getting mad, like, I mean, he's the father for my three sons. Everybody loves him, and he's like threatening. You want to lose your job? You want me to tell your wife? Want me to? It's just it's a spooky. It's a funny, bad romantic. Oh, we're live. Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Yeah, we're live. It's good.
Yeah, we're live.
I want to go back to like the '60s movies because there's a fuck ton of movies being made. Right? There's a lot. Like we watch movies and it's like, oh wow, like last year there was, half a dozen movies that came out that we didn't even watch. I'm sure in the '60s there's just like tons of movies, that you're just like,
because there was less channels, you know what I mean? Like right now, I it's like stressful when somebody tells me about a TV show. It's like, oh geez, it's 6 seasons of 27 episodes a season, and it's so good. Like, I don't have time to watch that anymore. But in the '60s, you could go to the movies every week.
You could go to the movies every week. You'd had something different. Yeah.
Great Goldworm says he fell for a call girl. What a simp. He didn't even get her. That's what makes it. It wasn't even his call girl. His boss was using his apartment for the rendezvous.
Oh, dude,
they had rendezvous. They didn't have meetups or hookups. They had rendezvous. They were classier back then.
I personally am jamming. If anybody in the chat wants to hop on, I personally am I love '60s and '70s movies. I love '60s movies just from like the fashion and some of the camera work, because it was like innovative at the time. They were like, holy shit, we're gonna Dutch fucking angle this fucking thing. You're just like, they're just so like cutting edge, but also like kind of goofy. And then in the '70s, there was more of like a realistic kind of a grunge to it. You know what I mean? A kind of realistic kind of a texture. And man, I fucking love '70s movies just for the fucking film grain. Like French Connection, Marathon Man. Oh, dude, I'll fucking watch Marathon Man over and over just for the crunch of the movies. You know what I mean? Just for the Charles even even I watched American Werewolf in London recently, and like that's now got that like 79, 80 crunch to it, where it's like it's not so crystal fucking clear,
Did you ever watch the last with Sybil Shepherd and Jeff Bridges, the last Texas whatever? Oh geez. It's Sybil Shepherd's first movie. With Cloris Leachman. Oh my God, Cloris Leachman is so good.
Cloris Leachman, yeah. I'm trying to think of that. I'm trying to think of Jeff Bridges movies. Was it like he was a cowboy, or was he like
he was like a kid who like fell for Sybil Shepherd, but I think Sybil Shepherd fell for somebody else, and then he gets seduced by Cloris Leachman. Cloris right out of high.
Cloris Leachman in the '70s isn't too bad. I mean, like I think Cloris Leachman, I think of like Young Frankenstein, right?
Right.
Isn't that Cloris Leachman who's like some warm milk, perhaps?
Those who are tardy get fruit. That became a line in my house. My mother would be like, "It's dinner time, and those who are tardy do not get fruit cup."
Oh shit! Yes, but, they all rule.
Why can't I think of the name of the movie?
Everything. I'm almost like, yo, man. Like, hey, if we're gonna do a movie, put some grain to it. Like, I know we're gonna film it digitally, but put some fucking grain to it. You know, put some grain on it.
Yeah, it was a Cloris
Oh
Leachman.
my god, we're bringing up tapioca already. We have not even gone fucking. Well, no, we have gone 5 minutes, just barely gone 5 minutes, and we're not bringing up tapioca.
I thought we were done with the tapioca bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to
Welcome back
and
to the
share.
tapioca bit, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
need to
Welcome back.
like and share right now. We need to get more people in here so that we do not talk about tapioca pudding and raw chicken. Thank you.
And tuna humidifiers.
Tuna humidifiers. Let's see. Did that logo for you? That was fun.
Yep.
The street cleaners.
No, it's secret.
Oh shit, Nick!
God damn it, Matt.
Yo, I did a logo.
I want to release it on the art
John.
and everything like that, because every time I talk about that character's name, somebody else grabs it, makes a comic really quick.
Yeah. Dude, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is good stuff. Once Upon a Time is well, that's Quentin Tarantino, right? Tarantino was like, "Fuck that shit! I'm filming on film. I'm going to shoot this on film."
70 millimeter film, you know, because a lot of movies today they just film right on digital and then they put a filter on it to make it look like film. Yeah, but you notice.
Yeah, you do.
Did you ever watch an original release of VHS of Star Wars? How grainy and weird it looks.
It's funky. Okay, James Hurley, I'm going to go ahead and need you to delete yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Weakest. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought for a second. I apologize. I thought that was, I don't know. I just saw Death Proof was his, and then I saw the EST, and then movie. I'm such a fucking retard. I apologize. I was like, Death Proof, EST movie? What the fuck are you talking about? And then I was like, oh. His worst movie. Yeah.
7 minutes in already, and stuff's already happening.
I'm so sorry, James Hurley. I would agree with you. Death Proof is his weakest movie. I also would not consider that a movie. I would consider that not part of his 10. Like Quentin Tarantino says he's got 10 movies in him. I don't consider Death Proof one of his movies, unless he does. Big Tarantino fan. I appreciate his like love for the craft and shit, you know. I want to be like the Tarantino of comic books.
There you go. Garfield. I said, "What's your favorite?" Then he said, "Jackie Brown." That's my favorite Tarantino.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. You put Pam Grier in anything,
right?
And that's the greatest fucking movie I've ever seen.
You put
Pam Grier, woo, doggy dog,
and Bridget Fonda in a bikini. What else do you want?
Bridget Fonda, whatever. You know what I mean? Bridget Fonda, whatever. I grew up on blondes, but not sophisticated black strong women like Pam Grier. I'm married. I know. I understand that, but man, Pam Grier.
Well, like,
wow.
You know, me and my wife.
I know it's so weird, dude. Pam Grier and Niecy Nash from Reno 911. I'm just like. Is Niecy Nash on TV? I need to watch. Is Niecy Nash on TV? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which one is she?
Niecy Nash on Reno 911. She's the black. The black.
Believe it or not, I haven't watched that show. I gotta watch that show because I like that. What's his name? Kennedy.
And you know, believe it or not, I'm not married to a black woman.
Oh, Lennon. His name is Lennon. Yeah.
Like I'm just like sitting here like Pam Grier is fucking hot. The chick from fucking Reno 911 is hot. Grace Jones is fucking hot.
Well, I don't like Grace Jones.
I married a white girl. Sorry. I'm already on my third beer. Dude, my favorite movie written by Tarantino is True Romance. Dude, I love True Romance. What do you think about True Romance, guys?
Good movie.
Great movie. I love the like I want to do, it sounds so gay, but I want to do like True Romance, but comic book version. You know what I mean? Like where it's just like lots of fucking weird characters. Everybody in True Romance is a character.
I think the only one that I've really watched from Tarantino was Pulp Fiction, but even then, I like barely remember it still.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. I remember going to see Reservoir Dogs and being like, "Wow, that was fucking cool. That was fucking weird." Guy fucking dancing, you know. Oh, I know, and then cutting his shit open.
Did you know
What's
that?
Up? Beep beep boop 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 beep.
That what's his name? He was Vic Vega, and then John Travolta was Vincent Vega. They're supposed to be brothers.
They're brothers. Yeah, dude.
There was supposed to be a movie called The Vega Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, but he can't.
That would have been dope.
It was supposed to be why one went to Amsterdam and why the other one went to jail.
Oh, shit. See, that's Quentin Tarantino right there, dude. Even like the cigarette brand, Apple Strikes or Apple something, like that was the same brand in all of his movies. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a cigarette, and then I'll have it in all of my movies."
We're all the same universe.
Is Death Proof in the same universe as Kill Bill?
I think so. I think it's like the movies that they watch, but I do know that the Harvey Keitel character in True Romance is supposed to be Christian Slater. Harvey Keitel in Pulp Fiction is Christian Slater in True Romance. Because they ask him, he goes, "How's Alabama?" And he goes, "Good little thief." You know, Harvey Keitel says.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about Alabama from what's his
name?
So
he went into crime then. He decided to go into crime after the smack.
You don't stop.
Because I like the idea at the end of True Romance, they end up on a beach. He's got an eye patch. And they have a little kid, and like, you're so fucking cool. You're so cool, man. I love True Romance, dude. Now I know I'm pretty, but I ain't pretty as a pair of titties.
Yeah. Do I?
What's
what
a
is
Drexel?
It? Do I look like a hot block when I
a Drexel?
It tastes like French vanilla ice cream.
Clarence, that's a black man's name. This ain't White Boy Day.
Clarence, anybody tell me White Boy Day? And then the guy goes, "It ain't White Boy."
It ain't White Boy Day.
And then what's his name?
Is Drexel.
I can't think of names anymore.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, Gary Oldman was him.
But, and this was right before Dracula, which is so weird because people would be like, "Yo, who's Dracula?" And I was like such a nerd person. I'd be like, "He's fucking Drexel in True Romance," and they'd be like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" But yeah, I love me some Gary Oldman. But yeah, dude. True Romance is like everybody. There's no normal people. There's nobody normal. It's very much like a graphic novel or something where it's like you have Christopher Walken. You've got this. You've got the protagonist. You know, he's fallen in love with Alabama. Alabama's not even like a real name. It's just like a chick. So she's just like a hot chick. Then you got Drexel, who's a fucking character. You got, I mean, like the whole movie, even Brad Pitt as the fucking stoner is a character. You know what I mean? Everything is like pushed to 11, if that makes sense.
What's his name?
I fucking love it.
The redheaded Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport is in it. You know?
You got Brad Pitt is the stoner. He's smoking out of the little honey bear.
Yeah, dude. He's like, "Man, you fucking disrespect me, man. I can kill you." Yeah, don't disrespect the stoner, dude. They'll kill you.
I would, and I love he's just sitting there, and I would have kicked their ass, and they're just laughing at it like he doesn't know how close. Yeah, that was James Gandolfini.
Dude, but Joe, that's like the tonal stoner thing to do. I love that where it's just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, you guys are cartels?"
And Val Kilmer is in it
too. So
head
over to that way then. Okay, all right, guys, cool. Check you later. Like that is like almost me, dude. Like, you guys are cartel? Okay, go in that direction. All right, cool. I'm gonna smoke some bud. Yeah, dude. Val Kilmer is in it as fucking Elvis.
Right, yeah.
Oh man, Patricia Arquette was dude. Flirting with Disaster was awesome. Have you ever seen that movie?
I think I did. Who was in that movie? I'm looking at it because I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Like the fucking, like, I don't know. All I'm saying is I just want to say Jewish guy, which is like, it's okay if I say, but fucking Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's in it, and he's adopted, and he wants to go find his real dad.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And it's this whole fucking thing, dude. Where like Patricia Arquette is his wife, and they've like met up with a documentarian, excuse me, or somebody who like wants to make a documentary about it, which is weird because Ben Stiller and her start making out in a hallway, and she's wearing like thigh high like stockings, which is just like, who wears thigh high stockings other than people in movies? But so like they hook up with the guy who's in the Warriors, who's like, Warriors come out to play.
That guy.
So first they think he's the dad, right? And so this guy meets Ben Stiller, and he's like, yeah, am I your dad? Okay, you got a kind of a Hebe look to you, kid. Like fucking like calling out Ben Stiller for having a Hebe look. And then he's like, oh yeah, that's not too cool. He's like, yeah. You look like this fucking guy that your mom used to hang out with. And like it just turns into this whole thing where like the guy who played Cable in the Daredevil movie?
Cable,
Adrian Brody? Adrian Brody?
Oh, Adrian Brody, the guy with the weird nose?
No. That's one of the Owens brothers. No, Adrian Brody. He was in Sicario, and he was Thanos.
Oh, him.
That's not Adrian Brody. That's Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin. I'm a fucker.
Adrian Brody is a little French-looking guy who banged the alien in Splice.
Oh, that's right. He's a good actor. He's a
good actor.
Yeah.
Don't bang an alien.
Adrian
That's all I got.
Yeah, dude. I watched that movie. I turned Splice off when he started fucking that thing. I was like, man, I can't watch this.
I have a friend.
It's not reality. No fucking scientist is gonna like grow something out of a fucking test tube and then fuck it. I'm just like, no fucking way, dude. So Josh Brolin,
he literally went to therapy after watching that movie. It disturbed him so much.
Josh Brolin is in Flirting with Disaster as a gay federal agent. And he's like gay with this other dude, and they're like talking about like fucking lotions and
not
like
much of a stretch, because aren't all federal agents gay? There you go. Now we're on a list.
Oh fuck, you said it. I love the IRS. I think the IRS is a necessary evil. I'm sorry, did I say evil? I'm sorry, necessary good. It's not necessary. It's absolute. Patriotic. It's an awesome thing. I think it's patriotic to pay your taxes. I think the IRS should absolutely check into everything I'm doing because I have nothing to hide.
Elon Musk is worse than Stalin and Hitler.
Dude, I'm just gonna start tweeting Elon every day when we go into the moon, man. I tweeted him once.
I'm more excited for him to gut all the federal agencies. We don't have to go to the moon if he guts all the federal agencies.
Dude, yeah, I want Trump to just be like, La fuera, or whatever the fuck the guy said. He's like, La fuera.
My wife and I, we went out for breakfast today, and I'm like, I'm more excited to see like RFK like gut the FDA, open up the CIA, like this will be like the fourth American Revolution. There's been 4 American revolutions according to my way of thinking.
Okay,
if this happens, I can't wait.
Yeah, the bad guy in Warriors, he was the first one. He got dropped. Arnold was like, "I told you you'd be the last to die." Yeah. I lied, and he just fucking lets go.
What happened to him? I let him go.
Dude. I watched that like a week ago. I watched Commando a week ago, and it's a tough the
80s.
It's a tough pill to swallow, bro. I'm just like,
you watch an 80s movie, like a horror movie or an action movie, like you watch it with your family and you're like, oh my God, like people are getting decapitated, there's full frontal nudity, there's cursing, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
movies really toned down for like 20 years after the 80s. You didn't get back to the 80s until like maybe 5-6 years ago. But man, it was a rough. You rent a horror movie, and I remember me and all my friends, we must have been like 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. And we had all these girls coming over to our house for the first time, and we rented I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh shit, the original?
The original. It was I still, like, one of the girls I'm still friends with, she's married to one of my buddies. She's just like, You had a chance with me until about 5 minutes into that movie, and it was the most expensive movie
that's
ever
a
made.
bummer.
She went and married somebody else because I rented I Spit on Your Grave. I didn't know what it was.
You know, that's fine. That's fine. You're all right. You're all right without her.
I'm fine.
Yeah, well, the last thing I watched, and I watched it the other day, last horror movie, scary movie was VHS Beyond.
I watched
heard
the
of
first VHS. That was awesome. I didn't watch the sequel yet.
Isn't it that girl that like crawls out of the TV because you put in like a VHS tape and there's
That's
some
The
sort
Ring.
of demonic presence?
No, that's The Ring.
Oh, that's The Ring. Okay.
That's The Ring. It has to do with
remember.
a VHS tape. So the VHS, you put it in, you watch a series of images. The images ends with a ring of light.
Oh.
And then you get a phone call that says 7 days, and then you know she climbs out of the TV on the 7th day to come get you. Now VHS
is like
the
short stories that
yeah. So VHS, like the original, the first one, it starts with like a group of assholes. They're doing shit, and they've been hired to go into a house to find a VHS tape. So it's all like found footage kind of a shit where like these guys are doing like shitty stuff and they're recording themselves.
Right.
And so then they break into this house recording themselves, and they're like, all right, we're looking for a fucking VHS tape. Like, I don't know what it says on it, but like when we'll see it, we'll fucking know. So then the rest of the movie is kind of like an anthology kind of thing, right? Where it's like, instead of a crypt keeper, you got these guys like putting in tapes. So they'll be like, oh, what about this VHS tape? And they'll put that in and they'll watch it, and it'll be some gnarly shit. And then one of the guys will disappear. And then they'll put in another tape. And then, you know what I mean? So it's like,
right,
they're watching these tapes, and you get to watch each of these tapes. And like one tape is some fucking ghoul like showing up at a party and like telling a boy that she likes him a lot, and then she ends up eating him. And then another tape is
she's in the backseat going, "I like you."
Yeah. And so each VHS tape is done by like a different director.
Yeah,
so
you get
like, so there's a bunch of short stories compiled into a giant film.
Excellent. My favorite
is actually watch that.
Dude, VHS, the first one's
suitcase
dope.
full of razor blades. Sit down, listen, guys.
Yeah.
It's like David Letterman shows up at your house. Nobody knows why he's there, and he's just got a suitcase full of razor blades.
Dude, the second one had a story about a magical cloak. Like this guy who could like make things disappear and reappear. Like he was like a stage musician. He was like a stage musician, right?
Could he make tapioca appear out of nowhere?
Yes, if he wanted to, he can make tapioca appear. But the problem with this cloak, it was a very like Friday the 13th kind of a thing where he'd get powers from the cloak, but there was something in the cloak that he had to feed to maintain the powers, right? Remember that show Friday the 13th, where it was like, oh, you get a typewriter and you'll like type out the best screenplay, but you have to like kill somebody and soak their fucking blood on the ink strip for it to work, kind of a thing. So like he has to like feed people to this cape for it to work. And that's kind of cool. But then at the end, like, I guess the police find out and they send the SWAT team in after this guy. So just imagine somebody with a magical cape who doesn't want to get arrested up against SWAT members. Like he's like using the cape to like strip skin off of people, and then like people are like disappearing into his cape and like coming out as skeletons and shit. Like it's fucking really fucking cool. But it's like, you know, each story is 15-20 minutes long. You know, it was dope.
In the first movie, how about the cult?
Refresh.
They join a cult, and it's the little kids at school, and then a government worker comes in. It's like, you know, you haven't been paying your taxes and stuff like that to the cult, and it's all in Korean, you know, so it's subtitled. And then he's like, oh, okay, and he gets up and he rings a bell, and everybody starts drinking poison.
Was that the first one?
Is it the first one? Maybe I'm. And then next thing, so they're running around. Oh no, they were documentary people, and they were running around like, "What's going on?" And all the little kids are dying, and everybody, they just. And next
I
thing you know,
don't think that's the first one. I think that might be the second one or third one where
I
they're.
don't remember the Cape one, but oh my god, it was excellent.
It's like a cult, and they're interviewing the cult leader, and he's like, "If you interrupt me one more time, I'm gonna slit your throat." And he does, right? Like he like gets up, and then the girl is pregnant.
Yep.
So like all the cult leaders, they all kill themselves, but then they all get back up. So they're all like
they
zombies.
Like zombies, yeah.
Yeah, and then the pregnant woman, like she gives birth to like a man-sized fucking goat thing.
Yeah, like the Antichrist.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy.
It was legit scary.
Dude.
I tell you, man, because when they're walking through, they're showing the cult, and it's all perfect, and little kids are learning the lesson.
Yeah, bro.
And then they walk back, and you see the kids all die. I was like, oh my god! I mean, that's easy sell for me. Just do stuff to kids, and I'm like freaking out. It's an easy way to get. There
was another where they had a portal, right? So this guy he's a scientist. He figured out how to open a portal. Opens this portal, and he looks in, and it's like a mirror, and he sees another version of himself. He's like, "Oh my god, what's up? Hey you, hey me, holy shit!" So we've both been working on this project. Oh yeah, okay. So you have 10 minutes in your reality, and I'll have 10 minutes in you know what I mean? And so they like switch places.
They switch places, right?
Right. And so like they're in the basements working. So this guy from our reality goes into their reality, goes upstairs, and it's like it's his house, but like instead of a cross on the wall, there's like a bag of like guts. He goes in the living room, and like his wife is sitting there with like two other guys, and there's like a burning image on the wall, and like there's like more guts on a thing. Like
VHS.
Yeah. So basically,
I gotta
like
watch.
he steps into a universe that is run and controlled by Satan.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like he goes into that universe, and like he sees his wife. She opens up her fucking like nightgown, and she's got like teeth and shit where her vagina is. And this other guy pulls his pants out, and he's got this fucking like toothy fucking penis thing. It's fucking crazy, dude. I mean, it sounds like bullshit when I'm talking.
You guys don't have a toothy penis? What's going on? I gotta go.
No, I don't have a tooth. I just have a fucking thumbnail at the end of my penis. You don't have like a thumbnail? You don't have a fucking.
Yeah, you guys. That's how I unlock my iPad.
Yeah.
Man, what will they think of next? What will they think?
It's a little cold out here. My iPad won't open up. It's a little cold.
No wonder I never got rides when I was hitchhiking.
Has anybody ever been born with a thumbnail growing on their penis head? Has that ever happened? Is that a mutation that's ever happened?
No, but my mother was born with a flap of skin over her face, so she didn't have a face.
A flap of skin over her fucking face.
They call it a veil. It happens every once in a while. So I remember as a kid, my mom she has these two little circular scars right here.
Oh, you're serious?
Yeah, and she had like she looked like the Question. They said when she was born, and they had to just cut off this like little flap of
like
skin.
A membrane.
And according to my mom, that means you're very holy. That's like Veronica from the Bible. And I was like, all right, I believed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Like, let me look this up. Who?
Chat? I never looked it up. Maybe it's bullshit. My father used to wear T-shirts until there was holes in them and tell me he got shot in World War II. I didn't know. He was too young for World War II, but I believed him.
Yeah. Now, okay. Hold on. Baby.
So now I got to watch VHS number 2. And you remember the VHS when they put the camera on the dog and the space aliens invade?
Yes.
Yeah, the dog's running around, with space aliens. It was a clever move, but it was I'm trying to remember all of the stories, but I thought the Korean one was part of VHS 1.
It's called a call birth.
Okay, so a call. Yeah, CAUL.
A call birth.
Yeah.
In a call birth, the baby is born with part of the amniotic sac or membrane covering their head or face, giving them the appearance of a veil.
Right.
The provider or midwife can remove the membrane. A call birth is not as rare as an in-call birth. In an in-call birth, the baby stays in the unopened inebriatic sac.
You come out, you look like an egg. You know, it looks like the alien.
Looks like
amniotic sac.
You look like you're a fucking clone, right? Like all the clone movies are like floating in like
you
a
look like
stack
Sauron
of
when he was cutting the orcs out of, you know.
Oh yeah. Hey, so to make the orcs, you got to have an elf. Like, are those elves? Those are elves that he's
Civillarian. 144 elves arose in the original elf, and then some of them, you know, the time is kind of wonky, so we don't know if it was hundreds of years or like the next day. But Morgoth started like luring some into the woods.
Yeah,
and he converted those into orcs. Now, back then there was no daylight. There was no light anywhere in Middle Earth. It was before the sun and the moon were created. So those orcs couldn't deal with light. So in Sauron and Morgoth, they learned how to corrupt humans and make humans into orcs so that they can deal with sunlight. So the Uruk-hai.
So those are the Uruk-hai are like humans.
Are twisted humans so they can deal with the sunlight. The original smaller orcs are the elven orcs.
Yeah. What about their legs?
Those guys, those are like the original.
They don't need their legs. Yeah. What about fresh meat?
It's okay, John. My mom had web toes. We are all mutant spawn. My brother Joe had a third set of teeth. How's that?
I was born with a sixth toe.
You were born with a sixth toe?
Yeah, on my right foot.
I hate to say it, but you know what Frog Tony's going to be goofing on for the next 6 months.
What, did I add an extra toe? Fuck that toothy, cross-eyed faggot. I don't care what he's done, dude. You know, I blocked him, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not giving a shit what this fucking clown is doing.
Great Goldworm says there was light from the trees, yes, but it was contained within Valinor. The light from the 2 trees didn't make it to Middle Earth. They raised the mountains so that Middle Earth was in total darkness. The Valar were like, screw Middle Earth. That's Morgoth's realm. He doesn't get daylight.
Keep talking about that. I'm gonna go get another beer. By the way, big shout out to Lord Raptor Jesus. Even though he didn't make this beer, I'm currently drinking Death Raptor Killer IPA from Monday Night Brewing. Death Raptor. It looks like a black can, but it's not. It's got green.
I was gonna say it's got green highlights, right?
Yeah, it's got like green monsters on it. And I'm gonna go get another one while you two talk.
Yeah, I want to say hello to Emily Kruger, who never sleeps. If I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm in somebody else's chats. Emily's there. Hey, John. If I'm streaming or whatever time, Emily's there. Hi, John. I'm gonna start the rumors that there's 3 of her, like the Cuckoo Sisters, so that they can rotate sleeping.
Thank God we got fucking Admiral Wackass, so I can go get a beer. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you didn't trust me and John? What the fuck, Matt?
I know. Well, sometimes sometimes you need an Admiral Wackass.
That is true. I guess.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Just got out of work. Just cracked a beer myself.
That's very nice.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing? I have no access. You know, this is Matt's show. I can't bring up any of the chats. I just want to say, last night I got a wild hair, and I'm like, you know what? I'm releasing all the digital tiers. So anybody who backed my comic and paid for a digital tier, if you didn't get it, let me know, and I'll send it out to you. So I'm real curious what people think. So
we got a Lasmat up in here. I envy those people that, what is that, queer Frog Tony blocked?
Oh,
I don't know what that says.
What does he say?
I envy those people that
queer
Frog Tony blocked. Am I even pronouncing that right?
I guess so.
Something like that.
Lasmat, the Shadow Band.
Lasmat, the Shadow Band. The Duck Man. I know he's out promoting his book in New Jersey right now, I think.
Nice.
Very nice.
Where you guys living?
Chicago.
Oh, I'm
Chicago, Hawaii?
No,
side?
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. I thought you said Hawaii.
I am the other Ohio man around here.
How's the weather out there? It is like gorgeous in New York. It's a rare, beautiful day in New York.
Oh, it was actually pretty warm, surprisingly. Yeah, wasn't
same here.
too hot or too cold. It was about right. Right now, I'm playing Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
I'm looking.
Got into it.
I think I'm looking like a little bit like Admiral Zod from the Star Wars Superman movie.
Zod? Really?
Kneel before me, Matt.
Kneel before Zod.
Kneel
before Zod.
I'd be like, with those thigh-high boots? I don't know, bro. That's fucking like, why is your chest all exposed and shit?
Yeah, well, what's with the puffy, like, black, shirt and stuff?
I mean, before I kneel,
was like
y'all fucking that girl?
Yeah.
What?
Yo, y'all tag teaming that chick, or is it just your girl, Ursula?
What always bothered me is they just land and they're already super powerful. Like, doesn't it take a couple of years to build up solar power? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, years to build up solar power. I mean, at least with the Man of Steel, like Zod was like, "Oh, what the fuck? I can't see." Like he was like looking through his hand and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, "What the fuck is this planet?"
But it was dope. He was like, "Oh, I was made to order you. Born on a farm." That's fucking dope. So what's going on, guys? What's going on, Wackass? What are you up to, buddy?
Not much. Just got home after work, cracking a beer. Figured how to hop on here.
Right on. What are you drinking?
Zombie Dust 3 Floyds.
I'm playing
really
Battlestar
good.
Galactica.
Really good craft beer out of Indiana.
Yeah, craft beers. They're always a little bit more oomph to them, right?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, it's normally about 1.5 to 2 beers per beer.
Yeah, I'd rather drink like a funky IP beer, like a couple of them, that are like 7.9% alcohol, and then just not drink anymore, rather than just like sitting around drinking fucking Miller Lite.
Oh yeah, that's 100% my mindset. Yeah, for years, I like almost can't drink regular like shitty light beer. No.
Yeah, so there's a strategy game for Battlestar Galactica called Deadlock on Steam. Decided to buy that today and try it out.
What is this now? Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock.
And is this the 3D space, or are you 2D spacing it?
It's 3D. It's a strategy type game. I thought I'd try to get into it, but yeah, right now I just started the campaign. You're given this nice little space station and you can craft ships with it and jump to system to system. This is taking place during the first part of the Cylon War. So Galactica launched a few weeks ago, but it disappeared. So now you are basically in command of the fleet.
Okay. Against the Imperial fleet.
The Colonial Fleet. Get it right, Matt. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, man. You're embarrassing us.
Wrong one.
It's Imperial fleet.
Gordon's alive. That's one of the sci-fis I never got into.
It looks like a board game turned into a video game, like a tabletop.
Yeah, it's a strategy type game.
Are you into tabletop strategy games?
I'm not a huge fan of strategy games. So right now, this basically I just pulled up like an entire map to see if there's like any other enemies in the area.
Dude,
so, yeah, it's kind of like
right. As soon as you said that, I remember that scene. How the fuck is he teleporting around the fucking Fortress of Solitude? Oh shit! I just fucking
all right.
Y'all just clammed up.
Silver Age Superman had whatever power was necessary, including the power to rip your S off and throw it at the bad guys to distract them for a second and a half.
That's right.
Did you like Nuclear Man, or was that dumb as shit?
Oh, the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I fire a mist? I can. I'm still
I
learning.
really liked when his cape was flapping on the moon.
Well, show me. Hey, we'll come back to you when you've when you're doing something.
Well, I'm
cool.
about to end my turn, so I'll try to.
When shit explodes, let us know. You guys watch any of the Penguin last night?
No.
I still haven't watched any of it.
You haven't watched any of it?
Nope.
I'm probably an episode behind.
Final episode's
The last one
right
is
around
when
the
she-
corner, isn't it?
Yeah, the last one I saw is when she hit the gas to keep it vague.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
She like rubs out her whole fucking family.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was an
But yeah,
okay
it's been fucking
episode. At first, I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about this chick. But then once by the end, I was like, okay, I'm cool with an episode about her.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly just like, what if Tony Soprano were the Penguin? Like, but it's cool.
It's also got like a Breaking Bad element to it, where
Right.
it's like they're like planning something, and then it doesn't work out, but then they're able to like nail it at the last second. You know what I mean? And then it sets up for the next episode. Like, oh shit, they're about to get killed. This is it. Oh, they fucking make it. They're next to the next episode. You know what I mean? Like those first like Walter White with his fucking tidy whities on in the middle of the desert kind of shit. You know, you're just like, oh yeah, Penguin's gonna die in this episode. He's gonna get caught, and they're gonna fuck him, and then he just like gets out of it, and he's more on top. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the interactions between the two main characters, I forget the kid's name, but Penguin and the kid are like cool. And just
Victor?
like, yeah, Victor. And yeah. And then oh shit, I didn't even put that together. They're gonna make him Victor's ass. But fucking yeah, no, when he's like at the bus stop and then he makes the decision to stay in Gotham, that was like sick. I like that fucking a lot.
Oh. Let me get back on the stream. Dude, the editing is so good that episode ended and he's like, we're in it now, Vic. We're fucking in it now. And then it stops. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
So
that
dope.
totally had that Breaking Bad vibe of like, yeah, we're in fucking the shit now, dude. No turning back.
It's like the reverse, right? Instead of like Walter White going into crime, it's like the kid being brought into the crime world, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I'm okay with it with him not mentioning Batman. I mean, I could imagine they need to mention Batman at some point, but
yeah, I think I
like it a lot.
saw. I think I saw a spoiler that there's gonna be some Batman nod or something in it at some point. So it's coming down the line, but I like it so far where it's more grounded.
Yeah, I do too. I
mean, I haven't watched the show yet, but I have a feeling Batman will probably be the big reveal in the last episode of the season.
I mean, I don't know if they'll get him to show up at all, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them just like, hey, if we set this up, we need to make sure the fucking Batman doesn't find us. I'm okay with that, even if it's that. But dude, watching the show, it is so dope. Like the last episode, I was watching like the background, dude. So much money has been put into this. Oh shit! What happened? Who'd we lose?
Side put himself in back.
Okay, so like you'd be like, oh, here's like a scene. You know, it's got Penguin and Victor talking, but if you look into the background, it's got some crazy Gotham fucking buildings and shit going on. Like, it's fucking dope. Like, it's just like Gotham is just layers and layers and layers of fucking city.
In the Batman,
what's up, Dark Gift?
With the Tim
What's going on, fellas?
Bat movie, that's the best Gotham.
Which Gotham is the best?
The one you just talked about in the whatever his name is, the Twilight guy, Tim Pattinson, whatever that Batman, the one that Penguin is from. I love Gotham.
The most recent,
yeah,
Robert Pattinson, yeah,
Robert Pattinson, that's his name. it just looks like the entire city is an industrial park. You know, I just love that.
Yeah, it's like
definitely.
Like Detroit with a tumor. It's just like
it is not.
It definitely reminds me of like certain parts of Chicago, but it's a little more dense in ways.
Yeah, it's like layers upon layers, and when they show the background, it's just like, I don't know, man, like fucking skyscrapers built on top of other skyscrapers. You know, it's like if Midtown was like all 5 boroughs. You know what I'm saying? Like if good stuff. Good stuff. What else? What's going on, Dark Gift? Thanks for showing up, buddy.
Yeah, just chilling, man. I just been just trying to get the whole Halloween setup done. You know, a little bit every. I've been working so much that it's like I can only get like 2 hours of like daylight in, you know? So
what are you doing for Halloween? What do you mean, like decorating your house?
I do that whole thing on the side of my house where like the families get to walk through, and I got all the animatronics going on.
Oh, cool.
Really?
It takes me like all month to set up. Yeah. So I can't even not do it anymore. Like there was like one year like I had COVID, I had just gotten over it. It was like 2 weeks till Halloween, and I was like, I ain't doing it this year. Fuck that shit. And yeah, I had like some dad stop by and go, Ryan Magus. Seen that guy in a while.
He's got the dopest sneakers on the block.
And
I'm just gonna fill up my coffee cup. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm gonna show you my black Croc that I'm wearing, and I'm not ashamed of it.
I had one of the dads come by and go, we thought you moved. Where's the Halloween stuff? The kids are like the kids are like upset that they haven't seen any of the Halloween stuff. I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing it. And then he had like his 2 kids in the car in the back seat with like puppy dog eyes. I'm like, motherfucker.
Are you gonna make your little thing this year, sir?
DG's haunted house.
Yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do when I actually do move.
Yeah.
They're gonna be knocking on the next person's door going, where's the Halloween stuff? They're like, what are you talking about? Well, the last guy had all this like Halloween stuff that we got to like walk through. Like, well, you got to take over.
Like, it's like, no. I'm a Christmas light kind of guy. You gotta wait for Christmas.
Yeah, you just gotta do that as part of the house sale. You're like, okay, and then also there's all this animatronic Halloween shit in the garage. You gotta set that up every year.
Otherwise, the kids will riot.
Yeah,
you'll start getting you'll start getting the tricks.
Dude, I had kids that were like coming here when they were like 12 that now have kids of their own, and they bring their kids here.
You're that old?
I've been here 14 years, going on 15 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, that's crazy.
Fucking vampire.
Yeah, man. I have kids that were like coming, like their parents were bringing them when they were like 2 in like a stroller, and now they're like 16 coming like on their own. Yeah.
Do you have a theme for yours? Do you have like every year do you come up with a theme for your haunted, or is it just the stuff?
It's just random. It's like it's random. Like I have like a bunch of different animatronics. The back part, when you walk through the back part, that's where like all the movie stuff is. Like I got a Michael Myers, I've got a Pennywise, I've got Ghostface, I've got Reagan from The Exorcist, all the animatronics. I want to get the fucking Leatherface, but that shit's like $500. I'm like, fuck that. I'll wait till I can get it on eBay used and fix it if it's busted. You know?
Like, is there a box that they can throw a couple of bucks in?
Nah, people keep telling me I should do that, but I'm not. Yeah,
there was a guy growing up around, and that box would get filled up with cash. You know what I mean? Just
the single moms that Dark Gift is coming in contact with, is enough. It's enough.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I always get like a few bottles of like Vampire Cabernet or Pinot Noir, like through the distributor at work, and then like I like the little tiny plastic cups, and like I just hand out wine to like all the moms as they're walking their kids around.
Carved?
They're like, "Wow, you're amazing," and you're like, "I am." I'll see you later.
I've actually, over the years, I've hooked up with a couple of the moms.
Yeah, you're plying them with wine.
Dude, you're hitting him in both spots. Like, hey, let me hook up something for your kid. Oh, my kids love it. Yeah, they do. And then you give them some wine and like, oh my God, I'm a single mom. I love wine. Yeah, you do.
And they come over and look at the single mom and you're just like, so what, a Disney princess? Oh, you look like a Disney princess to me.
And
I thought
you just stack them up like pancakes on your couch. Drizzle them with your fucking sauce and then send them on their way.
Dressed up as the Hulk. You look like the strongest Hulk I ever seen. And you, what are you, Elle from Frozen? No, I'm not. Oh, but you look like Elle from Frozen. Oh, you look like a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
yeah. Oh, you look like this. Yeah. Who's your mom dressed up as? Oh, she's not. She looks dressed up to me, doesn't she, boys? Yeah, that's Dark Gift. I'm just kidding.
DG's probably like, oh, who's your sister dressed up as?
Akuma says, I've got Bill Cosby punch for the moms.
Here you go.
Oh shit! No,
I got no pudding, but I got some punch here. Here you go.
No, it's fun. It's fun. You know, like it's.
I can see Dark Gift handing a 50-year-old woman wine and being like, "It's so nice you take your younger siblings trick or treating."
He's got more game than that. I don't think he's that much. We're totally making up this whole like new Dark Gift who's just like
suave.
Dude, he is just slinging it, dude. I mean, look at that avatar.
DJ has a closet full of women that never made it through the haunted house. That's not true. They're all locked in the back shed.
Size bag.
They're well fed.
Yeah, keep them very, I work in a restaurant. I just bring the food home. I feed them,
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. They're happy.
Dude, honestly, working at when I was working at a banquet hall, that was always fucking kind of nice. Like being able to bring back some fucking wedding food and shit and be like, oh I made this for you.
People open my fridge, people go in my fridge and they just see like tons of iced tea, maybe some, like a 12-pack of soda, maybe. I try not to keep soda in the house because I drink so much of it at work.
Yeah.
Water, orange juice, milk, a 6-pack or 12-pack of beer, and a bunch of wine, and like butter, the condiments and stuff. They're like, you have any food? I'm like, I bring food home. I don't need to go food shopping for food.
It was a weird like in the city. Like when I was finally living in the city, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna. I had like a job at a sports store. I worked at a couple of skate stores, skate shops and shit. But like, I didn't really like be like, oh, okay, until I started waiting tables. And then it was like, because it was like, oh, I'm working at the skate shop. Yeah, it's cool, but like I'm spending a lot of my money on food, know. But it's like, oh, once I realized somebody was like, dude, go wait tables. And I was like, okay, yeah, work in a restaurant. And then so it was like I went and worked in a restaurant and was like, oh shit, like I'm getting tips every night.
Your grocery bill gets cut in half.
Yeah, it's like I'm nice. I can talk, so I'm getting good tips, and I'm being fed. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like the grocery, it was like, holy shit. And then I could just go into the kitchen and be cool with the chefs. And the kitchen staff.
Always make friends with the chef.
Always make chef. Always. What's up, chef? How you doing, chef? You need anything, chef? Absolutely. Dude, you will be fed. You'll be fed so well, dude. So
the sous chef. And the sous chef.
Anybody in the kitchen, you fucking be cool with them.
As a construction worker, I learned the value. You buy a cup of coffee for the guy that runs the picks. They pick stuff up and the whatever
the cranes.
The cranes.
Oh, okay. He's up there alone all day.
And next thing you know, we get like a truckload of pipes, and then I'm the one who has to carry them up and down 3 flights. I'm like, hey, dude, you make a show of like me getting all huffy, and the guy's like, no, that guy's my boy, and he just picks it up, puts it right on the. It's like that cup of coffee was $1.99, and it saved me going up and down the stairs. My shopper appreciates it because they usually have to tip those guys hundreds of bucks. But yeah, the chef, the payroll secretary, always be nice to the payroll secretary if you work in a regular business.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, a chef can make or break your night, right? If the chefs don't like you and your table's running behind and you go over and like, where's my food? You know, it's been like 20 minutes, a half hour, whatever. The chef will fuck it. They can purposely fuck your night up if you piss the chef off. But if you're cool with the chef, if you're going out to having drinks after work with the chef and like, you know, and just like hanging out with the sous chef, the minute you're food, you're like, yo, Richie, man, my fucking table 22 is late, man. Like, anyway, he's like, I got you. You know, and it comes right up. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the bottom line is just be a pleasant guy at work. You know what I mean? It's
Dude, and you also like the kitchen, dude, is mad tight. Like, see how tight my fingers are? I was in there one time and I was already a garde manger chef, which it's not as exciting as it sounds, but somebody came in and started yelling at the fucking dessert chef. Dude, before I even said anything, half the chef was fucking yelling at this fucking waiter. Like get the fuck out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do not go into the kitchen and start shit talking one of the people on the line, because everybody in there will fucking want to kill you.
Yeah, no, the only person that like you talk to is whoever is running that window, and it's usually the chef or the sous chef. You talk directly to them.
Talk to the sous chef. He came in and started talking to that dessert girl. You know, she was just like a Puerto Rican chick making the desserts, and he came in and yelling about his fucking creme brulee or something. You know what I mean? And like, yo, it was a fucking cacophony of fucking like dudes, like ready to jump over. A chick, and it was like some waiter dude talking shit. I turned around, I was like, why is everybody fucking yelling? I was like, oh.
I cooked in restaurants for 9 years, you know, before, you know, I finished school. It's funny because people come and complain. We would just start smiling. It's just like, okay.
I was this close. I was this close to doing like kitchen. Seriously, dude, I was this close. Like, I was working at Russian Tea Room, fucking in the kitchen, super cool with fucking Chef Pascal, Chef Renault, right? And like, I just was like I was getting that realization where I was like, my artwork isn't good enough to be Marvel or DC, and DC and Marvel are tight as fuck. There are less positions at Marvel and DC than there are active Navy SEALs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are more Navy SEALs than there are currently fucking full-time pencilers and inkers. That's how fucking elite Marvel and DC was. Nobody tells you that in college. Nobody tells you that when they're collecting the fucking
about that this weekend.
When they're collecting your
we do. When they're collecting my fucking money for each semester, they're not saying that, right? But like, they're not like, oh, by the way, congratulations on graduating. There's more spots in the NBA than in mainstream comics. Oh, you probably have a better chance of being a fucking Navy SEAL than working. So good luck with that. So I was like sitting there like going, what the fuck am I gonna fucking do, right? And dude, I was enjoying working in the kitchens. I was enjoying working with these guys, talking mad shit, then getting fucking drunk as fuck afterwards. Like, but like also like, yo, making your plate presentable, making sure that like your job was like awesome and like being creative. I don't know. I was this close, but luckily ABC called me and I was like, okay, guys, I'm out.
I ran a couple of kitchens. I wouldn't call myself a chef, but I've run a couple of kitchens before. I prefer being on the front of the house. Back of the house is very stressful.
I love it, dude. Like, being in the just like sweating and be like, all right, give me the tips. How many you need? It's I love that, like that high energy fucking where people are yelling fuck you to each other and it's okay in the moment, you know?
Well, that was the problem. A lot of the restaurants I worked at were open kitchens, so you couldn't. I mean, you could.
Open kitchens, the fucking worst, dude.
Because that was the thing. Like when you're working in a back kitchen, right? Like when the kitchen's like closed off to the public. Like, yeah, you can be out there and go, shut the fuck up. You'll get your dinner. You'll get your steak when it's ready. You know what I mean? Like you can be, but like when it's an open kitchen, you're literally like, you're like gritting your teeth and you're like, you motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can't be screaming like that. And
I'd be sitting there like making these like salad and these caviar plates, and I'd like run out of cold dishes, you know, and I'd be like, cold dishes. Fucking making my next thing. Fuck, I got 2 more. Fuck. Cold dishes. Fuck, I got another tip. I got fucking 1 more fucking cold fucking dishes.
Where the fuck are my cold dishes?
Cold fucking dishes. And you know what? It was acceptable. Chef looked over me and was like, "Hey, where the fuck are the fucking cold dishes? I want these fucking cold dishes now." Thanks, Chef. Yeah. Fuck you, Matthew. Yes, thank you, Chef. Fuck me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, fuck you, Matt Bar. Yes, Chef. Fuck me. Thank you, Chef.
When it's an open kitchen, the expediter's got to be like, runner, can I get a runner, please? Runner, runner, please. But when it's a back kitchen, it's like, I need a fucking runner. Get over here.
You packy, Berkey motherfucker. Go upstairs and give me some Fennels. What's your fucking name? I don't fucking care. Go upstairs and give me some fucking Fennels. I need fucking 5 Fennels right now. Yeah, dude. I love that shit. That was so fun. And at the end of the night, everybody's fucking cool. You know, everybody's like handing out cash.
Yeah, everybody goes to the same bar. Everybody's at the same bar. They pound the drinks. The guy you were just screaming at 2 hours ago, you're like doing shots with and laughing it up.
Dude, yeah, dude. The chef who like took your plate and threw it across the fucking kitchen is now bringing over shots for everybody. You know what I mean? You're like,
100.
I worked at a place. It was a restaurant banquet hall. Like it had a restaurant, but it was majority a banquet hall, and it was owned by Greeks. And it was like these 3 guys. One guy who was like maybe 10 years older than me, so a little bit more closer to our age. The other 2 guys were partners with his father. They opened the place. They were older, and they you could barely understand a word they said. It was Andy and Manoli, right? And Andy was this grumpy old. Like, he'd be in the back just carving fucking prime rib with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, you know? And, like, if you pissed it, I saw my buddy John pissed him off one day. My buddy John was Greek, but he loved me, and he hated John, right? And John said something to Andy. Andy said, "You get over there, don't fucking talk to me," right? And then John was like, "Dude," he was like, "Andy, I need my fucking prime rib." I was like, "Oh shit!" I walked away, and Andy didn't even look up. He's just carving like the prime rib. He puts the carving knife down, grabs one of the cleavers, and just chucks it, like, right? And it goes whizzing by John's head. Like he purposely missed him, but he could have hit anybody in this kitchen. It was this huge kitchen. And it just ka-chunk in the wall. And he goes, "I said you get the fuck away from me." Like that.
Yeah, I remember the chef used to take ladles full of scalding soup and just wing it, you know.
Yeah. Dude, we had this guy, Chef Renault.
Yeah, Woodrow knows. Hands, please. Same thing as runner. It's basically the same thing. You just need somebody to take this out. Get it to the table. Get it out of my sight. Get it out of the window.
And what was the one thing? It was like, hey, if you leave the kitchen with your hands full, don't fucking come into the kitchen with your hands empty. Right? Wasn't there something like, pick up something when you're fucking out there. Don't just fucking.
Your hands got to be always full. Like, you know.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that be like, I remember the chef being like, "Why are you doing that with fucking one hand? You got 2 hands, right?" And I was just like, and then I was like, "Yes, chef, I do have 2 hands. Thank you, chef, for letting me know."
Full hands in, full hands out. Yeah, full hands in, full hands out.
I don't know. I don't want to say it was a simp, but at the age of like 20, 23, like I was fucking I was like down for whatever this chef like fucking wanted me to do. You know what I mean? Like
you were excited.
Like, he's the boss.
I was super excited. Yeah, like it was like, holy shit, like this guy's for real.
That's not a
he had mad command. Like every chef was dope. It like totally, you're like, yeah, I want to be a chef. Like just making cool looking shit, just telling people to shut the fuck up, and like, oh, I loved it, dude. I love
that's
cooking.
Not how my chefs were, but they were younger dudes. We were all just in it together, fucking. It was just like commando style.
Dude, that's what it felt. I was like, is this what the military felt like? Where you were like, okay, we're all on the line. You know, you got the grill guy, you got your fish guy, you got your chicken guy, you got me, the bullshit salad and caviar guy. And we're just making sure that our fucking, you know, our general is happy, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like our main chef, he would only come out like every once in a while, and they'd like help us play it and stuff. But yeah, mostly he'd just come out to tell people what the fuck to do. He could cook like a motherfucker, and he spoke like perfect Spanish, even though he's a white dude.
We had two.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was the end of what I was saying.
We had like two executive chefs that started the Russian Tea Room. Like when this guy named Warner Leroy like restarted it. He had this guy named Chef Pascal, and he brought him over from France. Guy spoke very little fucking English and looked like Senator Palpatine. Like before he was all scarred, you know what I mean? Like Phantom Menace Senator Palpatine. And I said that one time, and they were like, yeah, that's true, but don't say that again. I was like, all right. He seemed pretty cool. But then something happened with like the reviews of the restaurant, and they thought that Pascal had like fucking like helped, like, because he wanted more money. There was some sort of like shenanigans, right? So they were like, all right, well, we're gonna keep you because we have a contract with you, but is it Pascal or Renault? No, so Pascal was the first guy, and then Chef Renault was another chef that they brought in, and this guy was Warner Leroy's personal chef. This little fat guy, another French guy, and they were all from like a region of France where they would say "la" at the end of shit. I can't even make this stuff up. You know what I mean? Where they'd be like, "Hey, I need you to go and I need to go get some finnos, la." Okay. Hey, Doc Gift, I need to go upstairs. I need to do 5 potatoes, 2 onions, la. Okay. Like it was almost like a Canadian, right? Like you know, in some parts of Canada where they go, "Hey, I need to go to A." Like this part of France, they said la, and it was like this dude would say la at the end of shit. So then they brought this guy in, and so there was always like beef and like the tension. You could feel the tension when these two guys were like in the same kitchen. But the shorter guy, Chef Renault, he was the one who would like throw fucking plates and like kick the fucking stainless steel counters that they had. So you had like your expediting counter, you know, you had your tickets right here. And under here was like stainless steel, and he would sit there and fucking kick them if you weren't getting his shit in time. He'd fucking kick these fucking cabinet doors, and they were all fucking dented up and shit. It's funny.
Yep. Yeah, just wailing on it with the steel toes. Well, you gotta be a little more aggressive if you're a short guy.
Miss it, but at the same time, like Chef Renault, like he's the guy who like he was like, "Hey, you ever have steak tartare?" "No, chef, never had it." "Oh, come here," and he like made a fucking steak tartare sandwich. It was like here, and like it was fucking delicious. You know what I mean? It was
you got a super chat.
I know. I'm super excited. My point is that French people, at least with chefs, they seem to like think you were dog shit until you prove that you weren't.
Right.
Oh,
like if you were like, yo, no, I got some hustle, chef. Like I'll come in on my days off. I care. I want to learn. Then it was like, oh, okay. Hey, here's some this here. You know what I mean? It was like much more open. They were like they became amazing people. Is my point. They became fucking amazing people.
I went to
a
restaurant on.
I don't understand why you gave me $10, Mr. Burger. I would have fucking called this out, sir. And you have the link to the show. You could have just hopped on and been like, "Hey, I'm Mr. Burger. I'm cool as fuck. Here's something about my show. I'm going to say it. Mr. Burger's Tournament of Trivia Champions. Going to be on the 29th of October. Round 1. 12th of November, round 2. B.S. Warner is looking to crush you both in the first round. Do I smell chicken?"
Oh, get the fuck out of here. B.S. Warren is a cool dude. I met him in person, but I'm going to crush you, motherfucker.
I'm going to skull fuck you. B.S.
It's
bullshit.
Right? Some guess the fucking song challenge.
Warren. Yeah, it's music trivia, yeah.
Warren Warren, I'm gonna go ahead and need your mom's phone number. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna need to call her and apologize to the fucking state that I'm gonna leave you in after this tournament. That's all I gotta say about that. Actually, I should say some more because it's $10. I don't know why you sent that. You didn't have to. I appreciate it. Do I smell chicken? Does he smell raw chicken? Is there raw chicken? Is it a reference to raw chicken, or is he just talking about chickens in general? Because
he's saying
I think
he's scared. He's saying you better
we're scared.
Scared.
Okay. Because I said in the description of this live stream that we weren't going to talk about raw chicken.
Why did you put that?
I'm just kidding. I don't think I did. I think. Look, guys, no raw chicken. We're not talking about raw chicken tonight.
I don't know who this Anthoy guy is, but I'm not chicken. I will take him out.
Anthoy.
I'll take Anthoy out, BS Warren out. I'll take them all out.
BS Warren. What is BS Warren's book?
What you call it? Does he have a book?
BS Warren.
I think he's
a writer, isn't he? Is he a writer?
I think so, yeah.
No, I think you're thinking of B.A. Turner.
No, I know B.A. Turner's fucking name.
Yeah.
No,
I know that fucking weirdo.
B.S. Warren. I met him. I don't think he's got a book. If he does, he didn't when I met him. Here we go. B.S. Warren.
I'm gonna have to go on your show and send you a $10 super chat.
Oh, he is an author.
Money.
Blacksmith of Worlds, author of Young Monarchs.
Young Monarchs. Do we have a link to that? Can we look at that? Are we allowed to look at our enemy's fucking IP?
Young Monarchs, Last War of the Eight Kingdoms is officially available on Amazon for Kindle for as little as $6.99 or
it's already out.
Kindle Unlimited. Is it a book or is it a comic? I need to know.
Is it
it's
prose?
A comic manga type thing.
What are you looking at, John?
If I remember correctly.
I'm looking to see if I think I'm having him on my channel. I'm just looking to see if he's on, because the name I recognize.
Yeah. It's prose. It's a book.
Read no comic pictures. Nah, he ain't on my channel.
Oh, it's a full book.
You guys are gonna get an iPad. I'm just saying, if you're gonna get an iPad, if you're begging for an iPad right now online, or if you're just gonna get one, the new 12.5-inch iPads are dope as fuck. The new Apple pencils are dope as fuck. There's a double tap that turns it into a eraser. It's fucking really fucking cool. I bought this thing that, it's dope as fuck. This iPad is dope as shit. And so far I've only been doodling on it. I have done I don't know. I think I spent like fucking $1,200 on it, and I've doodled a couple of things on there, and
I bought this laptop. Believe it or not. It was $187. It's normally $400, but on Amazon, my buddy's like, "Do you want a laptop?" Right? I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Get this right now. It's $187."
$187 for a laptop?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So why get that? So don't get an iPad. Get a laptop, right?
Yeah,
if you need to draw on it, get an iPad. But
Bankrupt says I was drawing as well on my iPad just last night.
Yeah. I was drawing something earlier today. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Wackass.
I was just saying, be careful with those Amazon fucking deals. Sometimes they offload just shit that's gonna fucking have a big ass problem. I got a fucking gaming laptop off Amazon one time, which already you shouldn't never get a gaming laptop. But within 2 years, they dropped all driver support for it, everything, all this shit.
But
yeah, it's just one of those too good to be true things where they made a limited batch of this fucking laptop, and then fucking the hardware was all fucking fantastic, everything, but then they were selling them for dirt cheap because they just had a bunch of them they needed to offload, and they knew they weren't gonna fucking keep supporting that specific laptop type. So at the end of me having that laptop, I was just struggling fucking, and I'm an IT guy, and I was struggling just to get everything, all the hardware to work properly with the fucking operating system and shit. Just be careful with those Amazon deals. They can get you sometimes.
So I have his book pulled up. What's going on, Kirby? What's going on?
Kirby.
Hello. What's up, guys?
Oh no, I don't.
I'm back. I didn't even notice at all.
I'm sorry. Everybody's back. I'm catching a buzz. It's Monday. Please, I'm sorry.
So it looks like he uses comic book artists for his covers. So that's cool. But it's a book.
It is indeed a book.
Very cool. I don't think he had this out when I met him, but I met him like a year and a half ago in person at Garden State.
Young Monarchs. It looks kind of manga, the cover.
Yeah.
But it's prose?
It's prose, yeah.
Yeah, I think this was coming out around that time, DG. It might have already been up on Amazon, honestly. I don't remember. But yeah, BS, I just always knew he's a writer. But he's a good guy. He's always fun in the chat.
Oh, no, really cool dude.
Nice.
And like I said, we were, he was like hanging out with us for a little bit when me, Elasma, and Rob were at Garden State Comic Fest last year, 2023.
Nice.
Yeah, really good dude. But I'm still gonna wreck your ass in fucking music trivia.
Is it music or just like pop culture in general?
I think it's music. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Just that one I saw with you and Phil on it was fucking music.
Yeah, I drew this today on my iPad. Not that
I
I'm
love
bragging, but that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I love that.
I'm doing some stuff for Bat Sauce, right? He was like, hey, I need you to draw me a scene with some shit. I know I owe you something dark gift. Don't say anything. So I was like, oh yeah. So I just like was sitting on the back porch with my iPad and just like started thinking about Rift and started drawing shit that like I'm not drawing right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm not drawing a female Zorro. I'm not drawing a robot. I'm not drawing a Celtic barbarian, and I'm not drawing
Demon Knight.
A demon, yeah, like a lava demon. You know what I mean? And so I was like, let me just get it out of my system. You know what I mean? Let me just get it out of my system.
Yeah, I got all excited when you showed me because I thought this was like a secret project that you were working on.
It's not, dude. I just like doodle shit and then move on. Like it's just like a fun experiment, and then move on.
But you said it was.
I got a goddamn bar scene I got to draw for fucking Dark Gift where I'm just like staring at white paper for hours. I'm like Liam. I'm just like I'm so upset.
With another super chat.
Oh yeah, did you see that he got his charger today?
Is that why is it? Is there a giant black screen? Do you guys see a giant black screen?
Yeah, I just see a black screen.
Yeah.
Jew, not share it right.
There we go. Sorry about that, everybody.
I'll read this. If the two of you survive, you'll have to face Tom Connors of Midnight Edge, the 2023 trivia champion. Not just music, also comics, movies / TV this time.
Good. Can we team up? Because
I mean, Tom's a tough one, man. We used to do. Me and Tom used to do a game show called Name That Tune, and I've yet to beat him.
I'm not good with music, man, but comics, movies, and TV.
I was
my
always,
jam.
I think in that, like, if you go all time, I'm like in second place in that game show. Name That Tune.
Seems like Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs believes that Tom will destroy you.
He's good, especially when it comes to music, man. Like he can literally get a tune like in a second. He used to be a DJ, like a radio DJ.
That explains it.
Remember that TV show? I can name that tune in 2 notes. I can name that tune in 3 notes. You know.
Do you remember those commercials in the late 90s? They were like, hey, here's a compilation of some great 70s hits. And they would just like play like snippets.
Yeah.
I learned so many songs by that. I learned.
Oh, it would have the title scrolling up the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Wake
remember
up
that
to it at
song?
1 a.m.
Last train to Corksville, and I'll meet you. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
last train to Corksville.
KTEL.
Monkeys.
KTEL presents the sweet sounds of the 70s. And then they would just play the best songs from the 70s. And KTEL, 80s one-hit wonders. And you'd have the Bugaboos, you know. And
Who's this Tom guy?
Midnight's Edge.
Tom, he's from Midnight's Edge. Yeah.
He knows everything, huh?
Well, I mean, he's got one of the biggest pop culture channels.
Yeah, he was like,
shit.
he was around the FNP and G&G crowd.
We'll be competing against him?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a good dude. He's a really cool dude. Like, we're supposed to, me and him
Dude,
we
need to start doing we need to start doing training montages where we're like doing like Rocky shit, but we're also like listening to like music or something. Like,
me and him are still supposed to collaborate and write a couple of tunes and put them out together, but it's just our time. Like, we're so busy, we hardly ever. He streams with Yellow Flash. He's the dude that streams with Yellow Flash.
oh, okay.
Did you
no,
help?
I know that guy.
Yellow Flash,
wanna-
the guy that we collaborate with, but yet don't talk to.
Yeah.
DJ, are you one of these
Organization
people that
collects-
can hear like 3 notes and then name that fucking song?
Yeah. But
That's
Tom
crazy, man.
Tom is quicker than I am. Like,
Holy shit!
I think Tom's all-time high score in the games that we used to do a couple of years back was like 82. If you know the scoring system, that's pretty fucking high.
Mm.
And mine was 60 something. Yeah. I have the second highest score.
Speaking of game shows, when's this Scribble?
Oh Lord,
coming?
I just totally.
Yeah, when is Scribble coming
I'm
back?
sorry, I misspelled Carnival in the chat, but I'm currently rewatching Carnival right now.
Is it good?
I still need to watch it.
I had like a K,
Pretty
so I'm like trying to type out. I'm sorry.
Karanaka.
Carnival was pretty good. Yeah.
Dude, Carnival is dope as shit.
I mean,
still need to watch it.
Sopranos. Yeah, Sopranos is one of my favorite. Like, he had to ask me what my favorite TV shows were, so I just off the top of my head like spewed out 5 that I really like. But Sopranos has got to be up there. Carnival. I don't know if Carnival's up there my favorite. The first few seasons of American Horror Story were really good.
I never watched any American Horror, right? No American Horror. I go over to a friend's house and they're like, "Hey man, you guys watch American Horror Story?" And we're like, "No." Me and my wife, and we're like, "No, we haven't watched any of it." They're like, "Here, we'll watch a little bit of this first new season and tell us if you like it." And we're like, "Okay." So they put it on, and it's like the chick from Misery,
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is like going up into an attic and like packing this black guy's mouth with feces, and he's got a mask on and shit. And we were just like, "Yeah, nah, we're good. We're good."
Yeah,
it was a New Orleans episode. I was like, "What are they fucking?" I was like,
she didn't come into like the later seasons.
Yeah,
right?
we didn't know about the show for the first couple of seasons. That was like what we were introduced to. Oh, yeah, you guys will love this, and I was like, I don't love that. I think that's fucking gross as fuck. I'm not watching this fucking show.
Even the first season, I watched the first season. It had some novel like shit in it, but
there's like ghosts fucking people, and like people are having ghost babies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's like pretty much like it's just like they're ghosts and everything's crazy and latex and rubber and shit. That was fucking. It's just
the first brothers over and over.
The first season, I thought the first season was really good.
It was decent. Like, I didn't hate it, but I'm like, whatever.
The second season was way better. Asylum was good.
I never saw.
They should have finished it. They shouldn't have finished it. HBO has a problem. It's like, hey, we have Carnival. This is really cool, right? Okay, we're not really going to finish it. Oh, hey, we got Rome. You like Rome, right? We're not really going to finish it.
Deadwood.
Well, I remember Rome.
Deadwood. You like Deadwood? Well, we're not really going to finish it.
Yeah.
You fuckers. Well, they came back with the fucking movie, you know?
Yeah, but it's still wonky.
Let's not forget Spawn.
It's still wonky, yeah.
Let's not forget Spawn either. They decided to cancel after one season.
I didn't watch any of the Spawn cartoon. I didn't like it.
Oh, it was good. It was very good.
It was pretty good. I was huge into it at the time.
one of the shows I named in my top 5 was actually the Constantine show that was on. It was only on for one
On
season.
NBC.
Yeah,
That movie is
it was
underrated.
really
dude.
good.
Dude.
You know, and you know what else? The actor who plays Constantine, he
Keanu
keeps
Reeves?
getting.
Yeah, that blonde guy.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks
really
like
good.
Constantine.
He's
Oh,
good.
never mind.
Yeah.
They keep bringing him back for all the role. He's reprising his roles every time
Yeah.
he's asked to be Constantine in the DC anime movies too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they
thing
brought
is-
him back in the
There's another
Arrowverse
movie.
shows too. Yeah.
Well, that's where he started out from. He started out from NBC, then moved to the Arrowverse. Now he's doing everything for Constantine in terms of DC.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he's become Constantine, right?
He has become
Mhm.
Constantine.
Okay.
He should be.
You
He
know-
was perfect for the role.
Azmat.
Yeah.
Carnival's production is what paved the way for fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Well, they have a
Fuck
spending.
yeah, dude.
They have a,
Like
I can
we're
see
like
that.
Spending
like
problem.
in Carnival, they're like, hey, we're gonna make a whole town or we're gonna do a whole
Uh-huh.
thing. And then they realized by Game of Thrones, like, no, let's just make half of it and then do the rest of it in CG.
yeah.
Oh, I
CGI.
see.
You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like they kind of
yeah.
forgot
like
that
cutting corners. Like that was some shit I feel like.
the new Game of Thrones, like honestly, House of the Dragon, that fucking shit. They went all out on like the set design and the fucking physical effects and the
Yeah.
fucking costuming.
But
and that's
also
why
like
I feel like
most
they
of
had
that
to cut down the
background.
season.
But most of those
Yeah.
backgrounds only go but so far before it's just like CGI
Yeah.
stuff, right? You know, it's.
But yeah, they
I wish I could
definitely
like.
invested
Was
a
it
lot
House of
more.
Dragons?
Yeah, I won't watch it.
It's
until done.
It's
I-
House
totally
of the Dragon.
overrated. Yeah, House of the Dragon. It's totally overrated. It's
I
it's
enjoyed
cool,
the
there's
last
cool
couple
shit,
episodes,
but-
but it's like I hate first season. I fucking hate everybody in there.
yeah.
Like I
And they
don't like
changed a
any
bunch
of the
of shit.
people. Like it's like you have uncles trying to fuck their nieces and stuff. It's very fucking like gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's super fucking gross. And like the only cool part where I'm finally like, okay, I could back this up. I want to watch this is when the one fucking dude like presents himself and then becomes a dragon rider. When they started showing all those like random like Targaryen bastards going into the cave. And
Oh
like the
yeah,
one guy
Hugh the
who's like,
Hammer.
yeah, he's the one guy who's like, I lost my fucking, you know what I mean? Like that was fucking cool to see like that. But like none of the royalty I want to survive. I think
Yeah.
the bloodline that are ruling right now, I think they're all shit people. I think the guy, he's like an uncle to this woman and they're making kids. That's fucking gross. You know what I mean? So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm totally backing that white-haired bearded dude and the guy from the bar who are fucking now dragon riders, you know, or the black guy with the white dreadlocks who's like, hey
Yeah.
man, I'm sitting on the beach, man, and now the dragon man wants to ride me. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's fucking. I'm like, I'll sign up for that. But the royalty, they could all fucking get eaten, dude. I fucking hate
Yeah,
them.
well, in the books, like that, I think they're gonna go that way with it because in the books, that dude who like steps up and is like badass, in the books, he's just like a fucking giant like asshole, like more like the mountain, type shit.
Mm.
So like in this, they make him way more sympathetic and actually have like a reason for doing the shit he's doing, and he's like way more heroic.
And they've
So
like
in this,
established
yeah,
him, right? He was like, they
yeah,
established him earlier as like he was in the court asking for like more money because of the work they were doing. He has a daughter. She like is sick. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're like slowly peppering this guy through the season as like a guy who's like a normal everyday man just trying to support his family in Westeros is
yeah.
now a fucking
And
dragon rider. Like I want that story, dude.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think that it's
And
inspired
not to
by Michael Moorcock's Elric of Melniboné? You know, you got the white albino riding the dragons, and you know, he even
Yeah,
had the dragon throne.
definitely. I think he
Mm.
said that before that it was inspired by Elric, but yeah, I haven't read any of that shit.
Is that the
I
Black
barely
Cauldron
read any
stuff?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, it's
Um,
different stuff. I haven't read any Game of
No,
Thrones.
it's
I'm
like
strictly
Sword of something.
like TV shows.
Yeah, I
I
won't
think it
read
might
it.
just be
TV
called the Sword of Elric series or something, but yeah, it's just like a dark magic, like albino guy who's got a badass sword and shit and does crazy shit.
Yeah, I've read
That was a great
the
show.
books.
Here's a question. I have a question. I don't know if I remember this or if this was like an additional show or what, but like the end of Marco Polo, you have this Indian fella who likes to get tied up and he's doing all kinds of gnarly shit to get control. Is there a fever dream or did he get caught and then got tied up and then hung from the wall in that position that he was normally in? Like I forgot how the show ended. Because this guy
Which
is
show?
getting Marco Polo.
I don't know if I saw that.
This guy from India, he's getting a whole wall, and like this wall is getting painted, and in the corner there's like it shows the Khan getting beheaded and him being like named as Khan, but like I feel like there was an additional episode where like this guy gets caught and hung from the wall. Because he gets tied up. There's multiple episodes where he's like tied up sexually, like he's into bondage. So I was in my head, I'm like, was there an episode where he gets caught and is hung from the wall in his bondage position? Chat. Is this like some kind of fucked up fever dream or? Fuck, maybe it is.
Who watched Marco
Yes.
Polo?
100 Eyes, there was a featurette with 100 Eyes where you get to see that fucking guy. Marco Polo is a dope show, man. Marco Polo is super.
Yeah, I got to finish it. I think I'm
What was
just
it on?
season 1.
Netflix.
Oh shit.
Marco Polo had that one Mongolian rock band, right? The Who.
The Who.
Speaking of shows that got canceled too early, fucking like Carnival. Fucking, did you guys ever see Archive 88 on fucking
No, I've
Netflix?
not.
Oh, dude, it's fucking good.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
got
shit.
canceled?
I wish that didn't get canceled. Yeah, it got canceled after like a season or a season and a half.
I remember
something.
the first season. I don't remember how it ended and if it ended needing a second season. Like I remember like everybody in the building are part of the cult.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah, it had that aspect.
Dude, that was really cool. It's like a modern day guy is like going over old VHS tapes and like piecing together the story that happened in this building that he's in. It's very tactile where the guy is like unscrewing the VHS tapes and like running tape through stuff. You know what I mean?
He has to do all the restoration and cleaning on them.
Yeah,
the place,
there's a lot of what's it called, ASMR.
Yeah.
It's very ASMR where he's like wiping the tapes down with Q-tips, but it's like some like wild like cult like demon shit going on in the building.
Yeah, and like recalls shit to his childhood, and like there's this other chick character. Yeah, it's like this whole big thing. It's cool. But yeah, unfortunately,
Dark Crystal got canceled too soon. I think Dark Crystal should have never been fucking made. Are you fucking kidding?
The TV show, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was dog shit.
I tried to give it a chance. I made it like 2 episodes in, and I was like, I'm done.
Well, you gave it more. The Watchmen. I didn't even watch it from the commercial. You know,
the new Watchmen,
the new Watchmen,
the new animated
dude.
No,
the
not
new
the
Watchmen
movie.
sucked.
The
HBO I
show.
knew it was going to be the Wokeman. I was just like,
oh, the HBO show.
Yeah.
By the second episode, they had made my favorite character into a Nazi and then hung him. That's how the Watchmen went.
What the hell does the Watchmen have to do with the Tulsa race riots from 1936? You know.
Yeah.
They stole the Watchmen.
They wanted us to know about it. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, if you don't know about this, we want you to know about it hardcore. I thought there was some cool elements about the Watchmen, but again, it's like shifting through shit for a fucking for a gold nugget. You know, it's just
Dude,
the
that
squid
whole
was cool. The
episode-
squid shit was cool.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was a couple of things I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. But then
Definitely. But
Yeah.
yeah, that whole episode where Dr. Manhattan's trying to like explain time and shit, and
How
he
he
goes on like a
perceives it.
6-minute, yeah, he goes on like a 6-minute monologue about it, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, dude,
Yeah.
just that whole show. And yeah, they just made every character that was a dude like a bitch and like fucking
But I
a bitch or
love
a secret
fucking
Nazi.
I love Looking Glass, dude. I thought that was the coolest fucking like the
It was
coolest
cool, but then
character.
even him, they made him like fucking
Yeah.
like subservient and like
They turned him
shitty
into
and
a fucking
shit. Like,
weirdo.
yeah. They
Yeah.
made him
Where
kind of gay,
in my
and
head,
all his
dude.
shit up to them was cool. Even his paranoid shit, where he's like in the bunker and stuff, was like cool.
Yeah.
He infiltrates them. You know,
I
he like
wanted
disguises
to
himself.
I
And
was like,
infiltrates
dude, those first couple episodes, I was like looking into like cosplaying as Looking Glass. I was like, oh, like that'd be cool. Like, cause I like the look of it,
reflective
you know,
mask.
the
Yeah.
reflective like mask and like a black, you know, jacket. I was like, that's pretty dope. And he's just totally grilling you, like, what if I feces on an American flag? Like, it's just fucking gnarly. But yeah, he like totally turns into a
What'd you have
bitch.
for
And
breakfast
by the
this
end of the
morning?
season, I was like, I ain't cosplaying as that bitch. I ain't cosplaying at all. But I cool stuff. But yeah, it fucking
How
sucked.
about all those
ultimately.
girls that named their daughters Khaleesi, only to find out that she was crazy in the last season? You know,
Dude, there was chicks named Khaleesi, really?
yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of them. It was a rash. Yeah, there's probably over 1,000 people named Khaleesi right now.
Fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
bro,
those
for real.
over before you do stuff like that.
Dude, yo, my generation, bro, like fucking, you know how many kids I know named Eevee because of fucking Pokemon?
Are you serious?
What?
Yeah,
How old are
an
you, Ed Ball?
insane amount. I'm 32. But yeah, I know multiple women who name their kids Eevee because of Pokemon.
I'm cool. I don't know anybody named Atreyu or fucking
Pikachu.
Artex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of movies that came out when I was a kid, you know. Nobody's named fucking Skeksis.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude, what people get up to.
Do you guys think McDonald's should start the McTrump burger? And if so, what would it be?
I don't know, but I'm starving right now, and I'm gonna order. I'm gonna fucking. Hey, my dad called me.
I'd order a McDonald's.
You mean tell me your dad's alive, man?
Yeah, my
Order
dad's
some
like
Mickey.
evening.
Order
Hold on, let me do my dad voice. Hey, evening. Are you getting that coffee shipment every month? I understand that month it's on its way. Love, Dad. I'm like,
This
bro,
stream is brought to you
I'm
by
almost
Coffee
50.
Brand Coffee.
Yeah, I'm almost 50. I don't know how old you are. I think you're almost 70 something. Like, you don't have to say love, Dad for every text message. He has me on that like Firehouse Coffee monthly coffee
subscription thing.
Yeah, so not yet, Dad.
I gotta jump off, brother. I got some things I gotta go take care of. I just wanted to come hang out for a little bit.
Thanks, man, for hanging out.
You got it. I'll catch
Take
you
care
guys.
of those
Thanks for
things.
having me on.
Yeah, brother.
Who says they could go for coffee? Always have coffee when you're live streaming.
Catch you guys later.
See ya.
Are you gonna be streaming later? When's you? Oh,
God damn it!
That was my fault.
Yep. Well,
You guys got any fudge? Is there any fudge?
what do you
Got
mean
any fudge? I don't
What do
know.
you
I'm
mean
just
by
talking
fudge?
shit.
The
I'm
talking
already-
shit.
now that I'm in my third beer,
Well,
I'm wondering if anybody's talking any shit.
yeah, probably somewhere. I'd imagine.
Now that Dark Gift is gone, he
now
won't
that
be able
Dark
to.
Gift's gone,
He
we'll
won't
be able to
hear.
defend
Yeah, he
BS.
won't be able to devil advocate and defend anybody.
What?
He'll be like, "What the fuck? Fuck this guy!" And Dark Gift will be like, "Well, I mean, you know, to be honest, to be fair,
To be fair, yeah.
to be
Hang on.
fair."
Hang on, let's see
Yeah.
if he
God damn
pops
it,
up
Dark Gift.
again here.
You say to be fair, you're gonna get kicked off. Well, to be fair,
He's a truth seeker, dude. He's made his truth, so
Talk about the
I'm gonna
food.
draw my line in the sand of if Digibro's ever on stream with E, then that's gonna be a problem. And then that happens, and he's like, "Oh, I love your raps, tranny underage lolly guy." And
Oh
fucking
no.
Gigi's just like, he probably didn't know or
to be
something.
fair,
He
I'm
probably
joking.
didn't know.
I
I
do
don't
have
have any
some,
fudge, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think of if there's any.
I do have some news though, but it's not like anything like sort of beef towards us or anything.
I got some beef right now.
We
I got some
beef.
beef right now. Fucking A, I got some beef right now.
What do you got?
We're streaming right now, and I'm
Uh-huh.
seeing Dean and Wiggles in the Discord chat, hanging out and talking, and not on the stream.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's what I'm seeing.
You want me to fuck him up?
Yes.
I got beef,
I'm
yo.
gonna go urinate.
You can't always be on,
No, I know.
Sometimes you just have to talk in the Discord.
You got beef, Stanley? Bring it on here, hard R. I'm just kidding. Dude, I'm like super aggressive. What,
You want me to put the link in the chat?
Yeah. I'm super aggressive and ready to fucking go because I have to pee. But like as soon as I go pee and I come back, like I may not want to like tussle. Does that make sense?
Full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking.
I'm about to release some piss. All I'm gonna have is some vinegar, and that's like not worth. That's not worth piss.
Yeah, well, I think Chris has got the same problem as me. Ethan's trying to go back into his whole fucking. Oh yeah, it's all about comics and shit, and we should drop all these beefs and make truces because it's all about comics at the end of the day and all this shit. It's just like, is that because you actually believe that, or is that because your last campaign flopped? Well, you like definitely need to be making more money than you thought you would need to make, or whatever. After you've treated all of your backers like shit. So yeah, I don't know. That's the only beef I got. Fuck that guy. Well, I have more beef, but it's not important. But yeah, that's all I got for beef. Kirby?
Me, I'm easy with everyone, Well, I try to be. I got nothing.
I got no beef.
Shit, well, I'd probably be happier too if I were in Japan right now, like meditating under a lotus tree.
Yeah, man, it's heaven. It's heaven out here.
Hard R.
Yo, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we hear you. What's up?
Dude?
I don't know. I don't have beef with. I had beef with Risey apparently today.
Risey had beef with everyone today.
Blackass was there for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't believe I didn't get banned in the chat.
Dude, he does this like every 2 weeks now. He starts banning me and blocking me in the chat, and then like,
is it his stream? Was this? His stream?
Yeah, it's his stream, and then I'll go in like Amit Reina with an alt account, and then I'll start trolling him, and then he has me back on the stream, and then we start arguing and shit. I don't even know why he's mad. That's the funny. I think it was Angela. Angela was in the chat. I think that's what.
You were defending Angela, dude. Why are you trying to simp for Angela?
I just said hi, Angela. It's like,
yeah, he's like, you simp. Bang.
I'm like, oh, I just said hi. Shit.
Yeah, Risey was on a tear today. He did like 3 different streams. He kept coming back an hour later and being like, fuck all of you.
I was working from home. I'm like, dude, like I'm on 2 different laptops working from home. I'm like, dude, you cost me like 3 hours like out of work, But that's my only beef.
You cost yourself that. You never have to go.
I know. Well, you know him.
You know what's gonna happen once he gets like a certain amount of beers deep.
You just say hi.
He's gonna start jamming the anime videos and yelling at people and banning.
The vortex. You get sucked into the vortex.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I love Risey.
The other thing was, I said in the chat, Texas Mofo had a video with Risey and Dean. I don't, you know, the Jay and Silent Bob with Jay Dollar and Dillard. Yeah. They updated it and they put Dean in with Risey and Mike. You know, the last shot with Mike. So I didn't know if you guys saw the final, the final cut.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but that was my only beef today. It's like, Risey, what the fuck? Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Risey won't remember it tomorrow.
And that's the thing. You know what it was? Linkovich was in the chat, and you know, he has super mods, and they unblocked and unbanned me.
I think Tree Goblin did that.
Treachery.
Tree Goblin did that because I have my mod on there too. Tree Goblin did that, and then later on the next stream when he came back after that one, he fucking banned Tree Goblin, and Tree Goblin went back in and unbanned himself. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get sucked into the vortex, man. Once you get involved, it's like, here we go. But that's about it. Sorry to
vaginal vortex.
Yeah.
Poor little Risey.
Dude, he was streaming how long? Like 5-6 hours.
What?
Today. Yeah, he was going for a while.
Well, yeah, and then he came off of it and then came back an hour later and streamed for another like hour and a half.
Ever since he got that new laptop, once he got his computer or whatever he has, once he got the computer back, now he's like, you know, because before he'd be on his phone, right? And he'd have to dip out a lot. Yeah. So now that he doesn't have to worry about that, now he can just like do that all day. So I like Rising, man. You know, I'm not trying to talk shit about him either. It's just funny because he does this shit like every 2 weeks now.
I like Risey when he's at like. I don't like Risey when he's completely fucked up and off the rails.
You can't ration with the guy. Like at a certain point, it's just
Yeah. No, you just have to start talking shit back to him.
Yeah, you do. You literally
like the only
have
language he understands. Like,
Yep. I was like, you little dick bitch in the chat. I was like in the chat, fucking yelling at him and shit. Yeah, I got bad. Well, that's how, like Wackass says, that's the only way you can't be like, I'm sorry, Risey. Are you okay? Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, if you're like sorry, he's like, oh, why are you being a bitch? You simp, fuck, like trying to suck up to me. Fuck you.
Yeah, like, exactly. You gotta have stuff ready. You gotta have stuff locked and loaded for Risey.
Definitely. You know? You gotta come ready. Yeah, you gotta come.
Yeah. You gotta be like ready to be like, go fuck a koala. You know, you gotta be like, you know.
He gets he gets mad at me like being on stream and typing in the chat. So like every time he sees me like typing like somebody will say, you know, you're on stream, somebody type into you, you know, and I'll just respond to the person, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you?
How many people are in Australia?
I don't know. Bancroft.
I don't know.
And
I'm still not convinced it's not a psyop.
I mean, so far I'm like, I don't know, like there's like 12 of y'all. Like there's got to be more.
There's Perth, there's Bancroft, and Risey.
There's Perth, there's Bancroft. There's the Hemsworth brothers. There's Liam. There's fucking Paul. There's Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, there's. I think it was like
I've never seen Perth and Bancroft at the same place at the same
8
time.
million?
I think it's a psyop. It's like Truman Show style. It's some fucking little town in Ohio.
Well, I know they're all.
It's a town in Ohio called Australia.
Yeah.
North Korean project, huh?
Just
25 million, dude. 25 million.
Damn. If there's that many Aussies.
That's fucking
like
nothing, dude.
Is that California? Is that like California?
That's like half of the
population
of California, dude. Like California is like
it's a small town in California.
And then how big is Australia? It's like bigger than any of the states, right?
It's pretty big, yeah.
It's like Texas and maybe a couple of other ones.
Yeah,
Texas is
Really?
big as
more than
fuck.
one state.
I
So,
thought
and
it
then
was
it's
bigger.
only it doesn't
Show
even
me.
have
Show me.
the population of a city.
Right?
I know
And-
you. It's like most of the population. Okay, so Australia. Tell me I'm wrong, Bancroft. You have like the coast, right, which is like pretty green, and then they got mountains, right? So
desert.
it's like the mountains keep all the moisture on the coastline. Like none of the moisture gets inland because of these mountains. So the inland of Australia is just fucking Mad Max. Like it's just
Right.
fucking.
It's all empty, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
fucking buck wild empty
Wasteland, like
shit.
wasteland. Yeah.
The Outback.
It's a fucking Bancroft's fucking homeland. It's a fucking wasteland.
Yeah, the majority of it. The majority of it is just prehistoric shit.
People are raping each other for gasoline.
It's just a spider. It's a spider eating a bird and some fucking tiger that can swallow a fucking kangaroo.
Dude, yeah,
Akuma
I get
says-
it. It's like everything eats everything. I get it. You live in a fucking
Akuma says
wasteland.
there's 23 million people in Florida. So
Right.
the entire Australia is almost the population of Florida.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So if like an asteroid hit Australia, we could just like move them all and like drop them in. to a
Yeah, if it
state,
is
and it
state,
wouldn't even
yeah.
matter. What state you want? You want Colorado? Fuck it. There you go. It's Colorado.
Is it racist that I can't tell Australians apart?
I want to go to Darwin, Australia, that up in the north.
When I look at
jungles
when I look
and
at Bancroft with his non-blonde highlights, I'm like, is he really Australian? Because aren't all Australians, they have like blonde highlights?
Oh yeah. They
Where do you
got
wanna
that,
go, John?
Frosty tips.
this Darwin, Australia. It's like in the jungles at the north, because the north of Australia is like all tropical, and it's supposed to be like that's like the Appalachia part, like it's all unexplored and shack.
Oh, really?
Outs, yeah,
Unexplored?
Yeah,
Damn.
Darwin, Australia. Let's see if Michael Bancroft will correct me.
Must be hard
Well,
to travel.
is that emu territory? Because the emus
It's all
own
emu
large.
territory.
Oh, it's the
Yeah,
it's the
emus-
enemy. It's the enemy army territory.
Emus control large swatches of fucking Australian territory.
And where is
They
Leah?
fought
Is he
them
from
to
New
a
Zealand?
standstill.
No,
They
I
had
think he's
two
Australian.
emu wars.
2.
Imagine having to have two with a bird.
No, fuck that. Have you ever seen an emu?
Oh,
Yeah, they suck, but
Yeah, fuck
come
that,
on.
dude. They got dragon heads. They got bullshit bodies with like shrubbery. It's like there's not even wings. Fuck you. And then they got dinosaur legs. Right? It's like, hey, look at that bird. Fuck you. That's not a bird. That's like some kind of dinosaur cosplaying as a bird.
Dude, if I were in
but
the
I'm
emu
also
wars,
like, yo, machete. 2 machetes?
Machete.
yeah,
Machete.
exactly. Give me 2
me a dude.
machetes. Give me Ned Kelly, fucking homemade fucking metal armor.
Yes. My
I'm gonna
shins.
fucking go out
covered-
there, just fuck up some emus.
Yeah, dude. Yes. Just fucking Ned Kelly that shit. Give me 2 machetes and I will like Conan the Barbarian pit fighter. Just start fucking lopping off fucking
Oh,
emu
God.
heads.
Yeah.
That needs to be a movie, dude. Just like
Yeah.
John, I think Darwin is the training area for joint tasks. So you got American soldiers all over Darwin and shit too.
I thought it was like a
It's-
jungle town or something. But
Oh no, it's
Because
a desert. There's nothing there. There's like one bar. Whoa, the last time I went. That's years ago.
wow.
What about Razorbacks? Now I seen a movie one time. It was called Razorback. Razorback was about a giant hog in the Australian outback. It ate people. You worry about Razorbacks?
Pigs are no joke, man. We wild
Dude.
Yeah.
pigs.
But for real, it was a movie called Razorback, and it was about a giant ass fucking pig in the Australian outback that was eating people.
I believe
It was like
dude.
it was
Yeah.
the size of
Totally.
a size of a car.
Do you ever see the Razorback in Marvel Comics? He was like a big guy. He had that little square face, like the Rhino from Spider-Man. But there was a
Oh yeah.
villain.
Mm.
Really? There's a Razorback?
Yeah, I'll look him up.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
I
So
remember
that
there
square
being like a
face you're talking about.
wildebeest. Remember wildebeest in Teen Titans?
Yes, I hated those.
Yeah,
That was the beginning of the end of the Teen Titans when they started the Wildebeest.
Oh man.
The gimmicks. Yeah, it
Yeah.
becomes a gimmick. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
go into that.
Yeah,
I think it'd be kind of fun, dude. I would
those
totally
pigs
go
get
out there.
fucking crazy. Definitely, like
They
you
met.
see those videos of people like machine gunning them from a helicopter in Texas, and you're like,
Oh yeah,
man, that's kind of unsportsmanly. But then you see what they do, like in a
Yes.
day, to
Yeah.
a fucking field or
Yeah,
to the
you
animals
look at that
around
and you
there.
go, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, the pigs! That's so wrong." You know,
Yeah,
because like I've seen videos or I see channels where like these guys are sporting like night vision goggles and like these amazing AR rifles. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're
Like these,
taking the
like,
pigs out like it's the Taliban.
dude, yeah, and they're just like, tick, 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 tick,
yeah, they
and
become a
dude, I'm just like,
pest.
oh my god,
But
that's
you
fucked
have
up.
to. Yeah, you
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
they become
to.
a pest rather than a game.
And they
Right.
get bigger and bigger and more of a hassle. Look at this dog shit. That's Marvel. Sorry.
Would you if you were a child and you're like, I'm gonna grow up to be a supervillain, like or Doctor Doom? No, Razorback. Look at that costume. Matt,
Dude,
you can design a better Razorback than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like somebody was like, "Hey, man," like the editor was like, "Hey, you know, Rhino? Okay, but that, but with fucking a pig."
Yeah.
He looks
The
like
bad-
he like
the
killed
bad
his
guys
father, who was
from
like a
Teenage
game
Mutant
trophy
Ninja
hunter.
Turtles, Rhino and Razorback, right?
Rhino
Rocksteady and
and
Bebop.
Bebop, Rocksteady, and Bebop.
Yeah.
Bebop and Rocksteady. Yep.
Rocksteady.
They're
And Michael
Yeah, he looks like a
Bancroft,
super villain that had to kill his dad, who was a trophy hunter. And he like put the pig trophy hunter head on, and he's like, "I'm Razorback now."
Yeah, that could be some like weird dark shit where it's like my father was a hunter and I killed him with this trophy and then I skinned
Yeah,
the trophy and wore the trophy with my
that's what
yellow
that
boots.
costume gives me. Yeah, for real.
Where's his fucking dick? Not to be like, yo, man, where's his dick? But it's just like, is he wearing
where's
a
his
fucking
organ?
dancer belt or what? Is it a cod piece?
I think it's that little nub above where his dick should be,
He's dressing to the
indicating he's
right.
got a small dick.
Here we go. Next clobber
Makes
time.
sense.
Razorback versus Bebop.
Oh shit! How about Razorback
all
versus
day.
Rhino? Can
yeah.
we do an impromptu right
Yeah.
now? Razorback versus
Rhino would
Bebop?
crush him,
Yeah,
dude.
Rocksteady
Yeah.
and Bebop, even with their mutant forms, their main form of fighting is guns.
Well, they're just
Yeah,
brutes.
shoot.
Well, is it
Shoot
because they
him in the
haven't had enough
chest.
time? Like, if you said, "Hey, Rocksteady and Bebop," you put them on an island with no guns, and it's like, learn your animal self. Would they then like be like, "Oh, I've got a fucking horn I could use," or you know, whatever?
Have any of you
Yeah.
seen the 2012 series? They kind of do that a bit, or at least Rocksteady does.
No, I have.
Nah.
He actually
Oh,
runs like
he's-
he runs and charges like a rhino,
Get out.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah,
but he's Russian. That's another thing too.
Really?
That's one thing in
I love
Daniel.
them.
Oh yeah, let's drink some vodka and then maybe fight.
This
one thing in,
communism.
Motherland.
the censorship of comics. They always like, if you have horns, you don't use them. You don't. If you have teeth, you don't bite nobody. If you have claws, you don't cut no one's heads off.
When was the last time Wolverine stabbed anybody in regular comics? It's always like an Elseworld or something.
Yeah.
The guy's
Yeah, the
basically
movie.
stabbed man.
Like Venom with all them teeth. I'm like, why?
Well, yeah, when was the
bite
last
anyone?
time Venom ate a guy's head right off?
Yeah,
Not in the
The
comic book.
first Venom
not in
movie.
the comic books. Yeah.
In the movies, maybe.
In the
He's
movies,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
he
the
just ate a
Wolverine
But he
guy's
does it in the
head.
movie like so fast that you're like,
Yeah.
what did he just do?
Yeah.
In the
And
Logan
In the
movie,
video,
Logan
the
wasn't
video
cool
games
with-
too. Yeah.
Dude,
What-
yeah, the Logan movie, he's like Wolverine stabbing people in the fucking
Right in
heads
the
and
opening
shit.
scene when he was fixing the tire and he just cut that guy's arm off. I turned to my wife and said, "This is finally a Wolverine movie."
Yeah, dude. And it was an R. I was like, because I went to go see. Look, I was like, how is it going to be an R? And that first day, I was like, oh yeah, that's R.
Yeah,
That's all right.
That's a hard R, right
Dude,
there.
I really like that movie. Yeah. Even though it's like a departure or whatever from like
It sets the
classic
tone
comic
right
books,
away. Yeah.
I really like that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
like
one
in
of the better comic book movies I
It was
feel
probably one
like
of the
I saw.
best. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
so
of
if we're
cool like
talking,
subsidiary shit, like subsidiary. I just made that word up. A lot of like
Subsidiary.
a lot of
Yeah.
peripheral shit going on in that movie. Like you had like it was like Logan, but if you're a comic fan, they had the Marauders in that movie, and like all these random mercenary guys had like fake arms and fake legs and shit. That's straight up Marauders. And then another cool thing that I saw was like they had automated 18 wheelers. Like that's like shit that we'll see. You know what I mean? Where it's like the 18 wheelers in that movie were like robot driven, and like nobody noticed that or give a fuck. And I was just
that's
like,
a good point. Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck! All their 18 wheelers are all robot driven. Like that's some crazy shit. That's some
attention to detail, huh?
Yeah, but also it's
much.
like I know some truck drivers who are like concerned about that shit.
Yeah, I was
You know
gonna
what I
say,
mean? Where I'm
dude,
like,
yeah.
as soon as they start seeing self-driving cars, they're like, all right, fuck. What am I gonna do now?
Oh God, think of
And
the
they-
accident
that was just interesting. That was
with
just,
those things.
Because what they want to do is they want to take all those, put them on like an AI or like guide rail type system, and then fucking daisy chain them together.
I'm all
so you can
for
just
it, dude.
send however many trucks you want to the fucking same place.
Dude,
So
you
think
go
about it.
down the
So,
highway,
yeah.
a certain say you have
That's
point
it.
A in
Yeah,
Atlanta to point B in Philadelphia. I couldn't think of another fucking place. You have the sensors in the next to the streets, next in the highway, and like the thing is driving and like checking those sensors, and it's just moving fucking produce back and forth.
I say we
24/7.
And yeah, it doesn't sleep. It doesn't have to sleep. It doesn't have to have downtime.
It doesn't need lot lizards, but there's no
yeah, you're not stopping to have sex with trannies.
There's a whole industry that's going to get cut out as a result.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen until maybe I'd say at most 20 years from now.
You think 20? I'm thinking 10.
I'm thinking 20.
Yeah.
It all depends how much the
I
government
think it's
gets
probably
behind
more
it.
like 20. It's
Depends how
probably
much
more
the
like
government
20.
I think the 18 wheelers are 10. I think the docks and all like the shipping and shit is 20.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
TJ,
the reason why I'm
I
saying
know I'm calling out
20
TJ, but like TJ's job where he's like a longshoreman or whatever, like those dock workers, that shit is all going to be robots in 20 years.
I say I hope to retire, but after that, I think there's going to be robot construction workers. Like there'll be like 10 bots on the job and like one guy to like, either guide them or correct mistakes or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but there'll be a 10th less. Only a 10th construction workers needed, because a lot of the jobs are picking up stuff and carrying it, moving it around and stuff like that. The robots will do that. The robot will hold up the sheetrock, and then another robot will.
You'll start getting robots that don't look human. You know what I mean? You'll get construction robots that are like they look like fucking centaurs. You know what I mean? It's
in the animated Godzilla, it was a stupid one with where they had the old guy jump into a robot that he made to fight Godzilla or whatever. There's a quick scene in there of a warehouse, and there's a robot that comes out, and it's exactly like what Matt Barr's is talking about. It's like it's almost like a swing set with a crane in the middle. That robot is actually here in Japan. It actually is working in the warehouse right now, and like
did they base it
11
off the
years
movie?
ago? Yeah, in one of the animated movies, it's where it's the cheap one. Well, 11 years ago, we had these little server robots. They're just little moving
they're just like
side
trays.
tables.
Yeah,
right.
moving.
And they were testing that out here. Now it's like half the staff for every 2 humans, you'll have a little serving robot over here in Japan.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that warehouse robot you guys are talking about, if you haven't seen it in the States yet,
Dude,
it's over here. They must be doing their was it
Trials.
trials over here, just like with the server robots.
Validation. They do like commissioning and shit. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You get a couple of those robots with the fucking 3D printing involved.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know if you guys watched the Ahsoka series. Did you guys watch the Star Wars series?
No.
Ahsoka?
Oh no. I saw all the YouTube vids like
Right.
crashing.
Okay. So
I
exactly.
watched
So
some
the
episodes
shit
of
is
it.
the movie. The show is whatever. Everybody's like, fuck it, suck it, right? But like when she goes to talk to Luke Skywalker, like he's just sitting
You mean
there
Anakin?
chilling. Yeah. No. She's talking to Luke
actually,
Skywalker.
Luke. She actually goes to Luke.
Yeah, she goes to Luke. Luke is building a new Jedi temple with the Grogu there, right? And as Luke Skywalker is meditating and talking to Grogu, there's these little fucking ant-looking robots that are just slowly building up the house, rock brick by brick.
Nanobots.
And it's like, oh well, there you go. There's some fucking robots that you could do right now. You know what I mean? It was like they're just like a couple of legs, and it's like pick up a brick, place it, goes down, pick up another brick, go play it, and it just starts building. Basically, they had like automated ants, and it was like these ants were building this new Jedi temple brick by brick. But, you know,
yeah, I heard that was supposed to be like the new hottest technology coming into like the year 2000 was nanotechnology, like surgery, operation.
The only like
still can't even do it.
nanotechnology, the only nanotechnology that you're seeing right now, you know those screen protectors
that's the no
that you put onto like your phone and stuff, like to prevent like, any water stuff going in. That's basically nanotech. We're still miles away from any sort of nanotech. Like we're.
I know that's the thing.
We're gonna see a lot more robots. Like I'm not saying what industry my wife is in, but she's suddenly doing like robotics seminars and learning about robotics and
robots are going to be bigger before nanotechnology, I think. It's kind of like a bigger version
or like a big part of
like we were talking how many years that shit's out. Fucking like nanotechnology is probably like 100 years out.
And it's like when you think of like a robot, you think of AI, like hello, biggie. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're also
taking robot, but it's
movement,
dude, the tracks at a fulfillment center, at like an Amazon fulfillment center, those can be fucking robotic.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's wild, like where AI and robotics can be like placed. Like it's not just like, let me pick up your shit. You know, it's really wild.
The reason why I'm saying like me and Admiral are probably guessing about 20 years is because we're still in an early stage of AI, I'd say. So
well, and dude, it's also gonna be like multiple years just based upon they need to figure out if like one of these trucks or God forbid one of these like daisy chained together trucks where they're in a line where one controls the rest of them, if they all like malfunction and cause a giant crash, what's the legal liability on that?
Well, that's my point.
Is the person who created the algorithm? Is it the person who owns the trucks? Is it the person that?
I said they
So,
build them
like,
their own routes.
It becomes a whole big thing. So that's why they want to like just put everything on like a grid system. I'd think at least in big cities,
almost like air control, like an air control kind of thing, like
they'd almost be like a train car on the road, but for every car.
It's like a railroad, except it'll be
every car, every like train car, every fucking flight. You know, you just track it so that you don't run shit into each other.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Student.
So
OG
dude, I'm totally using nanobots for my book. I got this.
Won't be dead.
I'm using nanobots, but it's like this guy, and they're experimenting with these nanobots, and they're like super fucking like new. and they're just like kind of like testing them on insects and shit. So these insects are being applied to, I'm sorry, the nanobots are being applied to insects just to like repair them. Like, okay, let's fuck with this grasshopper, and then we'll apply the nanobots, and the nanobots have grasshopper DNA, so it understands the blueprint, so it then rebuilds the grasshopper and fixes it. So like they're kind of working with that, right?
So it's
Yeah.
becoming basically a cyber neck insect, or is it?
No,
It's like a medical. It's
the
like a
grasshopper
medical
is
thing.
fine. It's a medical thing, but like that's as far as it's going. It's not like going anything like vertebrate. Like they're just fucking with like invertebrates right now. Like because the nanobots aren't very
Simple cell.
powerful.
More simple cell. Yeah.
Right. And so they only have like so many blueprints that they can embed onto the nanobots. Right. So it's like, okay, we have a centipede. So
I think
let's
it's more of
embed
like
the
a term of
centipede.
complexity. You can make an
Yeah,
argument.
yeah. So the centipedes, or so the nanobots have like a certain number of insect genomes built into it, like blueprints. Well, some shit happens, raga, and my main guy gets like blasted with the nanobots. So he gets like damaged, but the nanobots only know bug DNA. So they just start like rebuilding him uh in what they think is the best way. And so he just like it turns into like a giant like monster kaiju kind of a thing.
It's got like a mantis arm.
Well, it's called mandibles, but it's not just like, oh, I have a mantis arm. It's like it's almost like I was sitting there and just drawing like fucked up insect monsters with like skulls attached to them and like hands attached, and then I like retro story activated into like, oh yeah, he's got nanobots, and then that way I don't have to draw the same monster on every page. Like, oh, okay, this page looks like this, and then on the next page he's morphed into like this monster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's
he can
pretty
like
cool.
evolve
Yeah.
or change his fucking insect DNA.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah,
Thing?
but it's
The
dude,
Thing from
exactly. The Thing
Carpenter,
makes my
yeah.
dick hard. Like I totally love The Thing, and I love body horror. So like I was like, okay, so as this guy is progressing through his story, he's getting hurt more, but he has to like save his girlfriend. So the catch line was like, how much of your humanity would you lose to save somebody?
Damn.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, okay, like right now I've been infected. Like, okay, my eyes are fucked up and my legs are fucked up. I need to go do something. And there's other elements that are affecting his story that makes it harder. So, like, by the end of the movie, by the end of the story, he's like this fucking centipede spider like thing that's like as big as a street bus. And he's just fucking eating people. And so his girlfriend has to like run up to him and is like, fucking stop. And he like turns to her and like makes that contact. It's gonna be fucking dope. But it's just it's just one off. It's just
The
Does she have to
from The
shotgun him
Thing.
like a fly?
Does she have to shock him? No. Well, the thing is, like, he's trying to keep his humanity and his awareness
That's
as
the
long as
struggle.
possible.
Yeah.
But
No.
But
Why
at a
why
certain
you ask
point,
that?
but at a certain point, he
Why you
thinks that
ask that?
he thinks that she gets killed.
Yeah.
So she doesn't get killed, but he thinks that she does, which then just like turns off everything, and he just starts like eating everybody. And so the story starts off with this giant monster going through these labs eating everybody, and you don't understand like what this fucking monster is. So and you're not sure like who the protagonist is. You're like, okay, is this the security guard? Okay, 5 pages in, no, he's eaten. Okay, is it this guy? No, he's eaten. So you're just kind of like wondering what the fuck is going on, and the beeping of the alarms in the lab kind of morph into the beepings of this guy's alarm clock, and he wakes up, and then you gradually find out that like the monster from the beginning of the story is this guy that just woke up. So there's some body horror, like The Fly. I love The Fly. I love The Thing.
You got a lot of elements in there.
Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
You even got
But it's also
King
some good guy
Kong.
shit. Like, yeah, I want the kaiju to be a good guy, at the end. So he's like turned into a giant monster. She like reappears he's kind of mortified. Shit still happens, and then I don't want to spoil it, but
knocks
it's
him out of it.
Don't
Yeah.
spoil it. They don't spoil it.
Don't
It's like,
spoil it,
why? Guess what?
but-
Why you ask that?
But it's like
Let's
in
not
the
talk
it's like
about
in the it's like just
That's
it's
the
like
ending.
30 years in the future where it's like
Uh-huh.
Nashville is like kind of a futuristic town. It'll be fun. I want to draw like centaur robots, and I want to draw monsters. It's you guys blah blah blah. It's like 60 pages. If it's cool. If it fucking sucks, fuck it. I'll move on and do rock and roll.
You already started this?
Yeah.
Don't be like that.
Yeah. No,
up.
dude. That's
Keep
the
your head
problem
up.
with
It
some
sounds
people,
cool.
dude. I believe that some people like,
Uh-huh.
I've been working on XYZ like my whole life, and like this is what my whole life is all
My
about. Is this
passion
one
project,
comic
yeah,
book where it's like,
yeah.
calm the fuck down, bitch. Like, are you saying like your whole 40 years you focused on this one story? That's no. Like, I've got
That's cool if
mandibles.
you're. Yeah, but that's cool if you're like a fan and that's like your one thing. But if you're like a professional, or if it's like,
Yeah, dude. I think about like what we talked about earlier in the stream
Uh-huh.
is.
What are you, like George R.R. Martin?
No, dude. I'm like Quentin Tarantino. I want to put out like 10 good graphic novels, each one doing like a different genre, and then be like, yo, I'm
Right.
I'm gonna go drink some pina coladas on the beach.
Yeah, but you don't want to be like
that-
George R.R. Martin
Yeah,
saying,
that's what he meant.
Fuck that guy, that fucking fat guy. Can't finish
He
a
only
fucking
got one
thing.
thing.
Look,
Rocket
next
Roll
one's going to be
Ninja,
out. I promise
dude.
you guys. It's going to be out in the next few years.
13 years
Dude,
between
if
books.
if I died right now,
I'm close.
if I died right now, you would have Rock and Roll Ninja. That's a
Dude,
complete
well,
story.
guys,
There's no like,
imagine-
what fucking happened? Like, what happens with Rock and Roll Ninja. That's it. I can move on to the
Guy-
next thing.
Give them some slack, dude. Imagine if you wrote an entire story, spoiled all the secrets, and you had to go back and rewrite the entire books because you realized everyone hated the ending you came up with.
George R. R. Martin.
That's legitimate. I'll go back and read the chat. Yeah, I'll go. Oh
First,
yeah, dude,
that-
George R. Martin. Yeah, who's like?
But it's
That
how you got
motherfucker
there.
he needs to do right by his fans and go eat a salad, man. This guy's gonna have a heart attack before he finishes anything.
You're never gonna get another.
Yeah,
book
but at
from
least
her.
he's not doing. At least he's not doing like Trash Cast.
Shit.
At least he's not doing Young Trash Cast, right? At least he's not
The
like.
similarities. The
Hey guys,
similarities.
instead of
Yeah,
writing
at
my
least
next book, I'm gonna start shit talking Stephen King for the next fucking year.
I think he has a blog. I think he has a blog where he talks shit about fucking sports teams.
Does
This
he?
guy,
Yeah, I think he
George-
follows some like Arizona or some other sports teams like intensely, and he'll just talk
Someone-
shit about all these fucking
Someone
like
fact
Yeah, the
teams on
Phoenix
his blog.
Arizonas, they're not doing too good. The Phoenix Arizonas,
Yeah,
they
Someone
need to
fact
get
check
their
this.
front
when's a
line
winner?
together.
It's coming. 9 more months.
I'm not
This
reading
Like
guy-
George, you don't have 9 more months.
George,
Hey,
when
like
he
how
talks,
I wrote
right?
about Jon Snow, the new pitcher for the Arizona. They're just not doing it. They're not bringing the heat like the Dragons would bring the heat.
Kirby.
Like
So when George
No, it's
talks,
football.
right?
He follows
His-
football,
his
not even
lips-
baseball. Yeah.
His circulation is so bad, his lips turn purple when he talks.
who?
That's how bad it is. That's why I'm saying
George
he's
R.
gonna have a
Martin.
heart attack. Yeah, this guy.
And he gets really-
His
unhealthy
lips
as
turn
fuck.
purple when he's talking shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so unhealthy, man.
He's
He's
so
talking all
unhealthy.
this shit.
Who's he talking shit about? Talking about fucking Tom Bombadil?
Yeah.
What a
He
bullshit
talks mad
character.
shit about Tom
What a
Bombadil.
bullshit character.
He said
Tom
Jamie
Bombadil.
Lannister could defeat Aragorn in a sword fight. I'm like, bitch, that guy's got one hand.
The problem with Cheshire,
Yeah.
not enough fucking. That's what the Shire
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah,
More
they needed a
fucking.
bunch
Doing
of
a brother,
scenes of
not
people
Samwise.
fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
What's
come
up, dude?
Why
Samwise
didn't
his
he
dick?
just marry his cousin?
Yeah.
He could have just not even taken the ring to Mount Mordor. He could have just married his cousin.
A good Baggins fucked his cousin
Could have
under the hill. That's
George
what he
R. R.
should have
Martin.
kept it under the hill. The whole
I
thing.
hate
Yeah.
I hate
At
to
the end of the
break in.
story, instead of Aragorn becoming king, it should have been Faramir, who had nothing to do with anything. Just like in the TV show.
Yeah.
The guy who did nothing and sat there.
There wasn't enough fucking in Rohan. They should have been fucking more.
I got something from his Twitter.
Did they ever consider if one of the fucking riders of Rohan was trans?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, most of the writers from Rojas were fucking trannies.
Yeah.
I hear there's
it was Spartan warfare.
There's a fight
you
going
know?
on in New
So
York
how-
Comic Con.
What?
We're still alive.
Student OG has a link to Bleeding Cool in the chat.
Okay, Dean, take over for me.
He posted it.
Dean, what's going on, Dean? How you doing?
You got it. Not much. No, I heard that I was supposed to be on your stream and not in voice chat, so I rushed over here.
Oh, thank you.
That was long ago. That was like
Yeah.
40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't rush over here, but I did say, oh, yeah,
I came speeding, and it's just Dean running in slow motion.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I got a speeding ticket, bro. I got pulled over on my way here, bro. My bad.
Dean was like,
What
I
the
came as
fuck?
fast as I wanted.
Yeah.
As fast as I wanted.
I heard
Sorry
about
to
the
hear about
stream
the
and came as
ticket.
fast as I wanted. It's been about an hour.
So Matt, pull up my screen
My
real
bad.
quick. Remember how we were talking? What everyone thinks I'm doing all day, what I'm actually doing. This is an actual tweet he did last year.
What the fuck is going? Is he dancing with Grays?
That's
No, I think he's
bullshit.
painting.
He's a consultant. Yeah,
I
he
think
does
he's
like all
painting
sorts of
30-year-old fucking like space statuettes. That's
Oh,
what he's doing
shit.
instead of writing your fucking book.
These are some of the first Space Marines that I bought. They're pewter. I'm gonna paint them now.
pewter.
Yeah, that's literally what he's doing right now.
I've got some lead figures from Napoleon.
I worked at a
paint.
metal casting company, so when you said pewter, that made me laugh.
Some of the first metal, like some of the first like role playing figures were like made of pewter, right?
Ralph
Yeah. Very pliable.
Or is that like
very pliable? Yeah.
pliable metal, right? It was just like,
Yep.
oh fuck, don't touch them, man! You'll bend my sword, you faggot. I remember just like wanting to beat the fuck out of my brother because he grabbed one of my like little figurines and he bent the sword and like the paint like peeled off, like flaked off of it. I was like,
Yeah, it
fuck!
flakes off. Yeah.
Like picked it up and flung it at him. You fucker. Dude, there's a hole. I'm not gonna say anything my parents could be watching. Never mind. There's a hole in the door where I like said some shit and he threw a fucking like a butcher knife and it went into the door. So like I was like, shut the fuck up. And I shut the door and I heard a tung. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at my door and it was like a piece of the blade of the knife was sticking into my fucking door, into my room. And I opened it up and the
Brotherly
knife
love.
was,
That's
like,
brotherly
sticking through
love.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's all part of coming from a big family, man. We would throw each other, rock walls.
Yeah.
Dude,
Me and my brother had wars. We had wars
Dude.
when we were growing up.
Speaking of
Just like it was like a moment of joy when you took your brother's head and you just put that shit through fucking drywall and you like put a dent. You're like,
oh yeah.
boof. You're like, fuck yeah. And then you're like, man, my dad. You're like, dad's gonna find out. There's a hole. In
Oh
the
yeah,
drywall- in the drywall.
The fun ended when dad once you heard dad get up.
Yeah.
You were like, oh fuck, we're fucked.
I remember
Yeah,
throwing,
What the hell's going on in there?
throwing a suitcase at my sister and it smashed through the window and she just pointed at me like, you're dead now. Dad's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Dude, we had one time we were all wrestling and somebody I wasn't me, just in case my dad's watching. It wasn't me, but somebody took somebody else's
Someone who
head.
wasn't me.
Somebody took somebody's fucking head and smacked it up against a door hinge. Right? Like fucking and just instantly blood started coming out of the fucking head. And like everybody stopped fucking wrestling and started cleaning up because we didn't want anybody else to fucking find, like,
Right.
no, don't let dad find out. Like, we started, like, okay, put a towel on his fucking head and start fucking cleaning up that blood off the fucking floor.
Yep.
because we didn't want Dad to fight.
Everybody
but
knows
like,
the score.
yeah,
Yep.
but the
We
instant
fought-
the instant of just like seeing him take so and so's head and just like pow against that that metal door hinge was like, holy shit. You're like laughing, you're like, oh my god, score. And then you like seal the blow, you're like, yeah, now it's not funny. Okay, we need to go into like cleanup mode so that Dad doesn't
Right.
find out.
Beat
He'll
that.
whoop our asses.
Yeah. Why'd you do that? Why didn't you stop him? That would be like,
Yeah.
I remember me and my two older brothers, we shared a bedroom. You know, there was three of us in one room. In my sister's room, there was three girls in one room. And me and my next oldest brother are just fighting. It's like 2:00 in the morning. And my father comes in his underwear with his hair all crazy. Knock it off, you two. Don't make me kill you. Don't make me kill you. And then he leaves. And then we're all quiet. And then my brother goes, you got Dad mad. I'm like, what do you mean you got Dad mad? No, you got Dad mad. Next thing you know, we're fighting again. So my father comes in, beats the shit out of me, goes over to my brother James, beats the shit out of me. And then my brother Joe, who's sound asleep through the whole thing, my father goes, you're not fooling me, pulls him out of a sound sleep.
Fuck it.
That's the way it is. You got
innocent bystander.
Yep.
Just open your mouth, dude. At certain
sometimes you catch a
points,
beating.
Yo, honestly, I think it was probably better. It was probably better.
It was. I think.
Yeah, because then you go out in public and your dad could just eyeball you a certain way and you shut the fuck up and get in straight line.
Yeah. It was a backhand first, questions later.
My father was the opposite. Like, I have a bunch of brothers and sisters, right? We're all half and step, but my full blood brother, same mom, same dad, right? Our father, he never laid a hand on us, never yelled at us. He just came home and just went to bed, got up and go to work, right? And we were fucking demons, right? Because I think because of that, you know, he never disciplined us. Yeah.
My mother had two sisters, and both their husbands died young. One had a heart attack, one had cancer. So my mother's sisters, my aunts, they all had 5 kids. We had 7 kids. So my Aunt Rose had 7 kids. 5 kids. My Aunt Mary had 5 kids. We'd all go on vacation together. So it'd be my father, 3 sisters, my wife and his 2 sister-in-laws, and 17 kids. So my father had carte blanche to beat the crap out of my cousins, beat this guy,
Whoever needed it got it. You know what I'm saying?
I remember we were sitting at a picnic table, and there's like,
You need some. I got some. You need
some. It's like that scene from Step Brothers at the end when they're just beating the shit out of kids.
Yeah. That's what it was like. You go. My father just beat the shit out of it. Didn't matter, And
He
my
sat him down and he said, "Hey, kids,
look,
these hands are bisexual."
Look, I prefer
what?
I prefer It's Always Sunny from Philadelphia. I would say that is better compared to that.
The story that I remember,
which episode?
We're sitting at a picnic table and we have these hard plastic cups, and you push them in, they go click, and then eventually they'd go clack. Click, click. So picture 17 kids. Click, clack, click, clack, click. And my father just yells, the next person who clicks their cup is getting a beating. And my cousin Kevin just loaded it. And my cousin Kevin, so he's like, click.
He wasn't even doing it.
We're all watching him. Everybody at the table is just watching, and he's putting the cup slowly down because it's just going to fire off,
Like a grenade.
Yeah, and we're just all watching it, and he just goes, clack. So my father picked up a bag of pretzels and boom, hit him right in the face with a bag of pretzels. Pretzels exploding everywhere. Kevin falls off the thing, feet in the air. He's laying on the ground crying. My brother James is pointing at him, laughing. So my father goes, "You think it's funny? Pick up every one of those goddamn pretzels." So now Kevin and James are underneath the table crying,
picking up the pretzel. Oh God!
Dude, maybe
now rub him in his wounds.
Maybe this explains why I'm just like Katie Did's crying like affects me in a certain way, like the crying emotional manipulation. Like my stepmom,
Yeah.
my dad's current wife, she's amazing. She's from Manhattan, Upper East Side. She will fucking argue. Holy cow. She gave me a run for my money as a teenager.
That's saying something. Yeah,
Dude, yeah, like, let me fucking tell you something. Right? But it was, I'd be like, oh shit. Right? So, like, I'd be arguing with her, you know, and then my dad would come home and she would turn on the waterworks. Right? And so, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, she wasn't crying fucking a few hours ago. Like, she was calling me a motherfucker a few hours ago, and now she's crying, and you want to get laid, and she's crying. Like, now you're fucking coming down on me. Like, why are you making my fucking woman cry, motherfucker? You know? And like, I remember like, and like, I was like getting
the
mad
manipulation.
about it. Yeah, I was like, I knew the manipulation, right? And she was like, and then he said this, and I got upset. And I would just be like, what the fuck? I was like, did she say what she said? He's like, it doesn't matter what she said. It matters what you said. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm about to get my shit handed to me. And I remember just like sitting at my drawing table and just being like, fuck, what the fuck ever, man. Like, I just like talked some shit back, like maybe for the first time ever in my life. And like, I was like up against the wall instantly. Like Darth Vader asking for the plans on the fucking ship in fucking New Hope. You know, he was like, where are all the plans? And I was like, this is a diplomatic fucking mission. He's like, the plans left from Alderaan. I know they're on this fucking ship.
Arnold there for a minute.
I remember
he's like, tear this fucking ship apart. So I was like, sitting there drawing, and he was like, who the fuck are you fucking talking to? And dude, I was like dangling. I was probably 17 already, like 160. Like, I was decent, and he was already just fucking jacked me the fuck up. Was like, what the fuck did you tell who you fucking back talking? I was like, oh fuck. And then he let go of me, and like I stood up. Right. And like I stood up, like making eye contact, and caught the fucking back of his hand and was like, are you fucking getting up? And like I sat there on my fucking floor, just like, no. And he was like, I didn't think so. And he was like, and like my fucking face all red shit from the backhand, and my neck was all red. I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, all right.
And he was like, yeah, fuck it.
I was like, fuck, okay, all right. And he was like, you fucking ever want to fucking go? Woof. He was like, you think you're fucking badass?
Yep.
I'm the baddest motherfucker you'll ever fucking meet. You want to fucking go outside? We'll fucking go right now. And I was just like, I'm good.
My older brother, he was like 19.
You fucking respect my fucking wife. I was like, fuck, man, fucking bitch.
That manipulative.
Yeah, I was like, but yo, now me and Barbara are like fucking totally awesome, dude. We're good to go. But you know.
That's funny though.
Back in the day, it was a little contentious.
My brother was 19, and he said something to my mom, and then my father comes home and he's like, what's with you? And my brother's like, hey, man, she did. So my father's like, said something. So my brother's like, oh yeah, you think you could? Let's. So my father goes, oh, you want to be like this?
Yeah, dude.
It's this is how it is. He's like, okay, so it's in the living room, and my brother James, who's a little older than me, and we're watching. My father proceeded to beat the crap out of my oldest brother, who wasn't a small guy, you know, and it was just boom, 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 and he just looked at both of us. We were just like, understood, you know. I never gave my dad lip, you know. I was only like 12 or so, you know, but I was like, I learned through their mistakes. And then one day, I'm laying in bed, the phone rings, and this was back in the day when there was one phone in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So my mother picks up the phone and she's like, Jimmy, you know, and he comes down in his underwear with his hair all crazy. It's 3 a.m. He's like, what? He goes, did you steal the car? You're in jail. Okay. Did you steal the car? Then rot.
What is the deal? What is the deal? There's like,
I didn't see my brother for a week, and then my brother just shows up, and I'm like, he's not going to bail us out. He's going to beat me. You know, these are the greatest lessons I ever learned. I learned.
What is there? Is there like somebody else was like, oh, what a heartwarming story, and it's like, are you like? I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, I love
the way it was.
So it's like, there's like a moment of like a time where you're
Dude,
you're
I have a
scared of
story.
him. You're
Yeah.
scared of your dad, and then there's like I
got
want
stories.
respect, or I'm looking for something,
Hey.
and then there's like a friendship kind of a thing where it's like
I tell you
at
this.
this point
anybody who grew up-
I'm kind of calling my dad, every couple of weeks, but it's like buddies. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not like,
if-
hey,
if
Dad,
you
this is
don't
what
grow
I'm
up with
doing.
the
It's
fear
just
of
like, hey,
getting
big
crushed
guy,
by
what's
your
up?
dad, you become a troubled person. You know, like you can't reason with a little kid. You know what I mean? There's a reason why all the kids in the neighborhood are like, my dad could beat up your dad. My dad could beat up your dad. You know what I mean? Because it's power. You know, I mean,
because there's like I'm scared of him, and then there's like a part of like, so what are you doing? Okay, well, your brothers are doing this. What are you doing? So you're like trying to like.
Well, there's a part of you that
At least
seeks
me,
approval
you're like trying to like
and fears him. You know what I mean?
Like I
a
want
little
to.
bit
I'm
of
looking
both.
for approval. He's awesome. My brothers are doing shit. I'm trying to like one up them. Not that I'm like expressing myself, but you know what I mean. I'm wondering if it's like a universal thing with fathers and sons.
It is. I've had it out with my dad. I've seen my dad. He was.
I just thought one of the funniest things ever, bro. One time, my fucking brother's buddy came over at like really late. You know, he got like kicked out of his house or some shit. Like, and he came over, and my fucking dad came down to answer the door, butt ass naked. And he fucking tripped and like hit his head on the doorknob. It's like bleeding out of his head, and he's just butt ass naked. He opened the door. He's like, "What the fuck do you want?" This kid that just like kicked out of his house.
Have you ever seen a bleeding naked man naked?
Yeah, that
like
just made me
Gladiator
think of that. We just let the dude in, and he just chilled in the basement. And it's whatever, but like, I just still always think about that when my dad like came down with his head like
that's like a
bleeding, butt ass
70s dad
naked, like,
thing.
what the fuck do you want?
Only dads from the 70s like slept naked.
I remember.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, dude. It was so fucking
Dad
funny.
would like
That was
sleep
like
naked in his not wet bed, his fucking wet in his water bed. My dad had a water bed.
Imagine having a
My parents had a water bed. Yeah. I remember those.
That was like
and you can hear it
97,
sloshing around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like slosh.
genuine question, why
You're like, what the fuck?
Why would you have a water bed?
It was big.
That
in
was the
70s.
80s, man. Well, the 70s and 80s. Yeah, that was pretty much water bed.
I remember one.
Yeah, I saw a kid with a water bed in 1996.
When I was
My
in high
dad,
school, my girlfriend's father.
keep that water bed. Yeah.
I dated an Irish girl in high school, and her father didn't like Italians, and he kept trying to get her to break up with me. So one day I just knocked on the door. He answers the door, and he's like, "Guinea, and he goes to throw a punch at me, and I was just like, and I just threw a punch back. And their house was, you go inside the house, and there was the steps down. So I just remember hitting him, and he went down the steps, and I was like, "Let's go!" We got the car.
He was naked.
No, he wasn't naked, but
and he was naked and bleeding
and I was just
from
like,
his
we're
head.
going out to dinner. We're going because I thought I was going to be going to jail. I just beat up a guy in his own house. Knocked him down.
Yeah,
and the next day, I went to the house. He's like, "Hey, John, how you doing?" I think he just needed to, like, I don't know, test me or something. See, but we were like buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knocked all of the racism out of his head.
I remember he went to his cousin's wedding, and his cousin married a black girl, and oh my god, he never heard the end of that.
Yeah,
married a black girl.
That happens more than you'd think. Italian guys like black chicks.
Tell her a story.
I'm an equal opportunity lover.
Tell another story about our fathers beating us with weapons and sticks.
Now we're talking about.
No, my dad never beat me with anything other than his fucking hands.
He had frying pans.
I got a spoon and the belt.
No, I take that back. He used to have a whip, not a whip. I used to use a belt.
The belt.
The belt.
Yeah.
Oh, the belt.
I got lucky. Yeah.
But like the belt was only if like you lied. Like if he caught you lying, you'd get 10 licks with the belt.
My mom used the belt, used the slipper, but the slipper didn't hurt, but we pretended it did. Mom,
You only needed the belt, dude. Like, you only needed the belt once, dude. Before you were just like, my dad would like sit down and be like, "So,
we'd laugh at my
how
mom
was
after.
dinner?"
Yeah.
He'd be like, "How was school?"
Yeah.
He'd look at you, and like the way he looked at you, you'd be like, "Okay, look, this is what happened, and this is what happened, and this is what happened." Like you just like confess,
yeah, because if you lied,
everything, because like you just assumed he knew when he asked you shit.
You
just
can't
assumed he
bullshit a
fucking
bullshit
knew.
artist. Yeah.
Dude, then he'd be like, "Look, everything you're talking shit about, I've already done. So just fucking
Exactly.
My older brother got in trouble for stealing a walkie-talkie at work, and my father beat him twice. He goes, "This beating is for stealing, and this beating is for being stupid enough to only take one walkie-talkie."
I'll tell you what, man.
One time, my dad was like, "So what's up with the gas in the garage?" And like just with that was like ended up with being okay. Yes, I skipped school and I was riding my moped around the neighborhood. Yes, like it was because he fucking knew. You know what I mean? It was like,
yeah.
Hey, what's up with the gas? Well, you know what I mean? It was like, fuck. Is he
my mom
asking
was
me? Like,
actually
is he asked
reflecting.
because he knows I skipped school and was riding my moped around, or is he just asking because the gas got moved? Like.
He's playing head
shit.
games. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like I'm like just like me sitting here wondering, he's already looking at me and wondering why I'm not answering. So I'm like, all right, fuck, I skipped school. And he's like,
chances are he already knew. Yeah, he already
what?
knew.
You
He's
skipped
just
school?
waiting for it. Yeah.
Look, I need to mow the lawn. What the fuck are you skipping school? You know what I mean? It's just like, ah, shit, he didn't know. Fuck.
I'll tell you what, man.
Maybe next time he will.
I learned a lesson. My next door neighbor, speaking of dad sleeping in underwear, you know, when we were kids, right? We would all go out and play. Remember that? You know, we used to do that. You know, go out and play.
Don't come back until the streetlights are on.
Yeah. So like we had a group of fucking kids. We were all like girls, boys. We were all playing, you know, doing whatever, playing games, sports, whatever.
Play that.
Yeah, and then like I guess like my next door neighbor, this guy, you know, his name was Dave. He like pushed a girl, and I guess like the father, like he's a wicked drunk. He came out in his underwear, like wicked drunk. Yeah, and he beat the living shit out of him in front of all of us in the street. I was like, dude, right in the street, in his tight whitey.
GTA fucking sick.
You'd hear him like during like I'm from New England, so like Celtics, Red Sox, like any sports games, like anything was going on, you'd hear him like yelling and screaming, like, yeah, you know.
I don't hear no bell. I don't hear no bell.
Yeah, he went out, man. He fucking literally beat the fucking open-handed beat the shit out of this kid. I'll tell you what, I learned an important lesson. My dad, you know, he definitely didn't fuck around, but this guy, man, you would hear screams over in that house the next.
We had a
you know what I mean?
Of mine who was from Liverpool, England, and he invited some of us over for a sleepover, but didn't tell his parents. So we're all like in his room. There's like 5 of us in his room. And his dad is like brings him in the living room, and we just hear him like getting fucking yelled at for having us all over and shit. But it's all in like this like British. It was pretty funny.
Shit.
But then like he was smiling, and we were all looking, and he got smacked in the face, and he came back in the room. He had like this giant fucking red hand. Yeah, because he was like, he wasn't a ginger, but you know, he was English, so he was like kind of pale, but he had like a giant fucking like red hand palm on his fucking face, and he was like, "You've all got to go home." And we're like, okay,
I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm fucking all right. Bye.
Yeah, dude, it was like, "You all got to go home." I was like, all right, yeah, we're out. It's just this fucking wet-eyed kid with his fucking giant handprint, like Sauron, but like reversed. Like he was white, but with like a fucking red handprint.
I remember my brother's bachelor party. We went to a beefsteak Charlie's. That shows you how long ago it was.
Oh fuck, you're making me
drinking
hungry,
in the
dude.
Charlie's, and somebody threw a beer and hit my older brother right in the head. Boom!
Oh shit!
My brother dove over a table. Next thing you know, it was like a full-on cowboy movie. My father's hitting people with and I was like only 12 years old, so I remember somebody, I don't even know who picked me up and put me on somebody's table. So I'm on a third party. These people have nothing to do with the fight. I'm standing on their table amongst their dinner, you know, like just cheers. It was the funniest. And then after we had to leave, so we went someplace else to finish dinner. Then they dropped me home because I was only 12, you know. But that was fun. Never forget the
Memories, right? Yeah, memories.
Memories.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a different place in the 80s and 70s.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, the 80s was like the last generation where, like, you know, you didn't have safe shit. Like, you could go in a playground. Everything was made of metal. Like, there was no, like, you know, once the 90s changed everything, and then it just kind of.
I remember
we went to like public playgrounds that were made of wrought iron.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember I must have been 7 years old, and they gave me a plastic dart gun, and you just jammed this gigantic dart into this rifle. You could hear the pressure from the springs, and it had a rubber suction cup at the end. But we all took the rubber suction cup off and shot each other. And it was like,
Oh, dude, I remember when lawn darts were just in a bucket in the garage. Giant ass fucking metal lawn darts. They were throwing them. Yeah,
I remember we had there was this game called, I think it was like Topsy Turvy, and it was
made us strong. They were fucking hot as fuck, dude.
Right?
I remember
these top things, and they were battling tops, and you would like battle, but they were like metal onion shaped, and they would come.
So Beyblades before Beyblades, basically.
Yeah, and it came to like a point, you know, like so we would pick them up and stab each other. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah,
toys were dangerous. We had cap guns that looked like real guns. You know,
dude. Yeah, I was gonna say, guns in the 80s, dude.
Bro.
Yeah.
I had a water gun. It was an Intertech water gun. It looked like a Tech 9. It was all black. You know, it had a 9-volt battery in the handle, and you had like magazines
on the barrel.
None. It was all black, dude. I remember riding around on my BMX bike, just strifing cars and people with that fucking thing, and just like now I'm like, I'm surprised some fucking cop didn't blow me away.
I know, dude, that's just
luckily I was
luckily
I was a cute white kid. You know what I mean? So like, fucking, that's like not on like a.
Look at that boy. What a nice boy.
They're like, what's that white kid doing? Oh, okay. You know, it gives them a couple of seconds to be like, oh yeah, that's.
Do you remember just like taping M80s to things and blowing?
Yes, M80s. Yes.
Dude, I remember the same BMX riding around with like a BB gun and putting like bottle rockets down the barrel and shooting bottle rockets out of my BB gun. Like I was fucking like, what was that movie where they're flying rocket motorcycles and shit? Remember that movie?
We used to build ramps and
Ultra Force
and paint gasoline all over our car. I mean, all over our bicycles, and then light our bicycles on fire and jump and be like, "Ghost Rider!"
Well, the cool thing about the 80s, the 70s, and the 90s was you didn't, and I love the internet. We're all talking right now because of it. I can't hate it completely, but like you had more fun back then. Like you had more fun. You had to do shit and be creative and like actually, you know what I mean? Does that make sense when you were younger?
There was definitely some more. Yeah, you were using your imagination to like relive shit that you see. So maybe you got to go see Clash of the Titans, right? Or all right, here's something. So I went and saw Beastmaster in the movie theaters. I thought that was the dopest fucking shit I had ever seen. So I went home and got like a shitty Batman utility belt, like a plastic utility belt. Like this is something I remember. Like I had that. I put that on, and I got like a dishcloth from my mom and put that on like as a loincloth. And then got a piece of like wood trim, and got like a piece of wood trim from the garage, right? And like broke it so it was like a certain length, and then started beating the shit out of the bushes, right? So I was using the trim as like a sword. So I was just like totally like imagining Beastmaster, you know?
Yeah.
But with like shit that I found, and then my dad came home and was like, "What the fuck's wrong with all the bushes?" So like, I beat the shit out of the bushes with this piece of trim.
Dude, I miss being
long story short, it's a lot of imagination.
It is. That's what I mean. I miss being a kid. Like you lose that imagination, I think, as you get older. You don't have it's not quite the same.
Take sticks and beat the shit out of each other like there was sword fighting. Just literally like welts on our face, bleeding. That was fun, man. That was a good sword fight. Meanwhile, we were beating each other with sticks.
Oh, bros, we would have stick fights where
Yeah,
we
stick
would be
fights.
throwing sticks at each other or stick fighting. I'm surprised I got fingers still, dude. Like smashing
We
each
did
other.
BB gun fights when we were kids.
Dude.
We'd argue like 1 or 2 pumps, and everybody would do like 5 or 10 pumps.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So have
Yeah,
you-
I mean, is it hard to
Yeah,
compete
yeah.
against Fortnite? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I play the shit out of some Fortnite. I mean, is it like
is it as
when
good
I was a
as
kid?
your-
It was like, hey, do you want to play video games? Like, I don't want to play any fucking Atari. Like, I'd rather play.
Well, only one.
I'd rather
kid-
go outside. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But now it's like, do you want to go outside or do you want to fucking play Fortnite? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Well, back
it's
then,
hard.
one kid had an Atari, and so 20 kids were sitting there waiting for their turn.
Right.
It wasn't that fun. You know, like it's not everybody had their own console. That rich kid had his console, so we
Yeah,
would, he would always win because he played all the time. So we were just waiting our one turn to play Richie, and we all hated Richie. So after a while, you just stopped going.
Yeah, we all had that one guy. You're
So
like, fuck
here's
that guy.
I got a question for you guys. Have any of you kind of like did stuff on playground, like, you know, run past the swings while people were swinging on them?
Oh, gauntlet.
Underneath
Oh,
it,
fuck
like
yeah.
run through them. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We used to try to swing as high as we could, and then launch ourselves off.
As
yeah.
far as you can.
That was
yeah.
that was
And as a kid, I was 40, 50, 60, 100 feet in the air. I don't know, you know what I mean? And then landed.
I know. Yeah.
And until one kid literally, like, because we were barefoot at the beach, you know, so we're swinging.
I mean, it was
And then
literally
launch off and continue going up straight, land on the ground. One kid, I'll never forget, he landed on like a piece of broken glass in the sand. And we, you know, we were like little kids. We were like, we ain't doing this anymore, you know, but
Yeah. I
you know,
it was basically it was basically
merry-go-round.
we did the same thing too.
Yeah.
Back in elementary school, we saw it as like a rite of passage almost. If
It
you
was,
do
yeah.
these things.
Getting hurt.
It's a
What?
moment where
I need you in
become a
here,
man.
whack ass. What are you doing?
I remember,
That's Lord
I
Raptor.
remember being on a
I'm driving up
trampoline.
on my buddy's place. My
Okay,
bad.
okay. No, I can hear you. I wasn't sure if you were coming
You're
through or
stroking
not.
out. You're stroking
Yeah,
out.
you're really stroking it.
Is TJ gonna EFAP this later? Probably. He's gonna EFAP this. He's gonna
Why
say,
is he
He's gonna say I called him.
He's like, how come they ain't talking
hard
about me?
R.
You know why they ain't talking about me? Because they think I'm an N-word. That's why they're not talking about me.
Oh yeah, man. I can't. Don't. Oh god.
I know.
Listen,
I
I
know.
can think about TJ being the N-word without talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Just the thought of it makes me want to say it.
No.
Uh-oh.
That's
gonna
we're
trigger some
racist.
videos.
Yeah.
Look at
We're
that. We've already lost
done.
somebody. Somebody just jumped off.
Oh, that was Admiral.
Waggas.
Okay, I've ordered some food. Here we go.
I remember.
Dude, we just talking. Every time I get on a stream, dude, within like 30 minutes, I'm fucking.
Do you remember those
ready to
wrist
eat a foot.
rockets? They were
Well, it's
they
that
were
time,
slingshots, but they had like a bracket that went around your
Yeah,
wrist.
you put it here and you.
Yeah. We would put M80s in those and fucking shoot them.
Oh, nice.
Boom, boom. We're like, yeah, you know, stupid. If a kid did that to me today, oh my god, you know what I mean? You just blew up my car, and we're like, yeah,
Dude, you know what we used to do in the city? We had those wrist rockets in the city. We were launching AA batteries at taxis.
oh my god.
We used to line up. We used to line up bottles and shit in the road and have them run over like glass and shit, like really bad shit. Yeah, you don't do that.
I
shit.
feel so sorry for some of the taxi drivers that
I
I
know.
fucked with as a
Yeah,
teenager.
yeah, dude.
Do you guys remember skitching? You guys have like snowy winters. You'd wait at the stop sign and then jump out and grab the bumper of the car.
Yeah,
yes,
We used to do that. Yeah, the sliding behind the car. Yeah,
yeah.
but also we would do snowballs and we would sit down the block. And when somebody got out of their fucking taxi, we'd fucking lob fucking snowballs at them. Just like, I mean, it would be like long fucking, lobs.
Long lob.
Yeah, dude, because you don't want these motherfuckers in the city coming after you.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I gotta
true.
make sure
That's
I got
very
a
true.
good,
Yeah,
a good block distance to run as a kid.
yeah. You got to give yourself a buffer.
Wow, what a shithead I was in the city. But
Oh, dude, I was.
at least I wasn't stabbing anybody or fucking. We were just like.
Well,
doing
that's
dumb
good.
shit.
Yeah.
If Pretor says they don't make car bumpers the same. Woodrow used to do that with skateboards. I wasn't coordinated enough to ride a skateboard. You know, I 2 or 3 attempts on a skateboard. I say, I understand this is not for me. You know, but my friends were all into one of our neighbors built like that the half pipe in their backyard. How the hell did they build? Their parents let kids build a half pipe in the backyard. You know, all day long, you'd just be sitting there, 16 years old with beers. You know.
Yeah, we knew a family that had a half pipe in their backyard. Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
They must get sued sooner or later.
As a drummer, like I'm surprised, like my parents like put up with that. You know what I mean? Like the volume. You know how hard it is. Like anybody can play a keyboard, anybody can play a guitar. You can turn the volume up and down. Right. The drums, man, like it takes like, and you know, I always tried to be like thoughtful when I was playing. You know what I mean? Because like I was always worried they get all pissed off at, you know, because like everybody, you know, when you're practicing, dude, especially when you're practicing,
it's the same
like
beat over and over again for an
hour.
hour.
Yeah. So like I would always try to break it up and put on like tunes and like play tunes. Like my parents were like basically 70s people, right? So like I kind of got along with that. I like a lot of that music. So like I learned early on, like play a lot of the shit they like, you know, that'll help. At least like if you're playing the drums, like they won't get as pissed off because at least they like the music
you're playing. Next door to us who was constantly drumming, like a drug addict. So he would just wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and start drumming. You know, my father had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So I'll never forget one day, my father just had enough. He just in his underwear with his hair all crazy, runs across the street, kicks open their front door, boom! Just runs down the stairs, grabs poor Matt by the freaking hair. He looked like Jesus, just pulls him and just punches him in the face and starts smashing the drum set. And says, call the cops, you know,
dude.
And then
I'm very sensitive to that.
I felt so bad. I felt like I beat up Jesus.
I learned too. Like we used to play at a friend's house, and his backyard had a pond, and it was a big pond, really. And like we had the cops called on us, and it was like, what the fuck? I'm like, how did you know? And they were like, yeah, this house across the pond called on you. That's because sound travels over water.
Yeah.
So and we were like, holy shit. Like, you know, so I learned there's a golden rule, at least with the law, you know, 8 to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can get away with it. Anything outside those hours, it's harder. Like, cause like a lot of the times cops would come to our, like, and like I was in high school, we were in the house with the mom, with my friend, you know, his mom, his father died. And, you know, the cops would come, but the cops would like the music we were playing. We did a lot of like classic rock. So like a lot of the times they get called, they'd show up, but they didn't want to bust us because they were like, we like the tunes, like, you know, just kind of keep it down, guys, you know. And
it's funny when
Hail, Lord Raptor, thanks for coming here, sir.
Hail.
I apologize. Hard R. What's going on? You just got home?
Yeah.
Good job, sir.
Yeah, I just like to say women in the workforce is terrible. Can we do something about that, please?
Yeah.
What do you think? We should put up a partition?
Pay 70 cents off every dollar. There you go. That'll get them out.
Well, like, you know, my job involves kitchen, and you think a woman's place would be in the kitchen, but no, it's like the opposite. Like it took 5 hours for a 3-hour job. Damn it!
Or not a professional kitchen.
Well, I mean, like we clean, you know, some fancy kitchens.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's not woman's work.
It's not. No, Kirby, it's not. It's bad.
Have you threatened them with robots?
Well, you know, I'm trying to keep my job right now, but I heard about what you're talking about with the robots. Like, I was like, you know, maybe we could.
Keep your job. We're talking shit. We're just kind of, you know.
No, I thought about pushing off a little bit today, Matt. To be fair,
hey, you know, I could buy a robot that works just as hard and doesn't menstruate. I mean, you
could pay extra for
should I get a crew of non-menstruating robots?
I'd be about that.
They leak oil once a month.
Oh God. You know, our company's had a flawless reputation with no sexual harassment, and then we hire a woman, and guess what? Sexual fucking harassment on the woman. She grabbing booty
on her herself.
Damn, now the John, woman grabbing guys' butts.
Grabbing some dude's ass.
Yeah.
John, you said it leaks.
Yeah, well,
the robot leaks once a month.
Yeah.
You got me thinking because like I've been on a lot of transports, right? And then one of the things the crew always says to us, the grunts, they always say, if it ain't leaking, it's broken. You know, so like, I'm thinking about that in terms of
Kirby. If I bleed for 7 days, I die.
Pretty
You know,
true.
I just don't understand it. Fucked up.
Well, order after Jesus. That's why you can't hire in to clean out a fucking vent hood.
You know, the Taliban, you know, they had something going on, right? They're like, yeah, no. How about women? Nah.
Guys only. They're the only ones who can do the monkey bars.
Yeah.
But then they fuck up wearing the pajamas and the whole suicide vest and shit. So fuck the Taliban.
Yeah.
You ever see the videos of women police officers beating someone? They have their baton out, right? And they're beating the guy like over 40 hits, and they didn't put him out. So this guy's all fucked up, right? Because their swings are not hard enough to put him out. If it was a male officer, one swing, the guy's out, right?
The guy's out.
Then
He's
it's
not
over.
fighting back. That's
Right.
it.
The damage to his face and everything is it's minimal. The woman, she's over there like 40 times. Bam, 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 bam. This guy's all fucked up. he's still awake. So he's remembering everything for the
Are you
lawsuit.
sure this wasn't some kind of Asian porno?
Now wait a minute.
Taliban. Did I come in? Oh, Mr. Taliban.
Telling me banana. Yeah.
Cover yourself. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
Me say,
Wait a minute. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Hello, snack bar.
Akbar.
Fuck! Now it makes me think about a snack bar. I would just love a
Yeah,
granola or something.
Aloha.
I ordered from Whataburger. Have you guys ever heard of Whataburger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it basically the wall?
You know, Adam Miller, who did the card sets, his father-in-law owns Whataburger.
What the fuck? Why am I paying full price for a burger
That's
right
what
now?
I said.
Then?
I said, well, I backed your card set. I expected a burger when I opened up that box.
Yo, yeah, dog. Where's that promo, dog? I want that promo code. Promo code heir to the burger.
The patriarch from that series, and I didn't even get a burger. How disrespectful!
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Another win for Kirby.
Oh God, that makes me uncomfortable when that avatar comes up.
I know.
That is a penis.
I know, man.
I'll Blue Yeti microphone.
We've normalized it.
It's pretty good, Mango. I'm not saying change it. I'm just saying.
You know, we
had it for a while, Mango. I'm just saying it'd be funny to have a new one, maybe.
Maybe change the color of the microphone. Yeah,
Mango. You know, there's a slight risk that everyone here takes when they highlight your comment. You do we're trying to break down easy to you, okay?
Yeah, what's the guy who got beat up by all the police in LA?
Rodney King?
Yeah, imagine how much worse it would have been if it was women beating him. From Kirby's, his intel he's bringing here.
It would have taken twice as long at least.
Twice as long.
Damn.
And it would have hurt him more. He would have been more hurt.
It's all on tape. That guy has a case against the city, everything. He's like, God damn, if you just would have put him out,
Yeah.
Wait, so he's suing? He's suing not for money, but just to be like, hey, can you please stop hiring women police officers?
Got my vote.
Make this man the mayor.
Give that 2024, baby. Going all the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
See?
So this chick, we're talking about the same chick, Raptor, the same woman at work with you. She showed up. She's shenanigans. She grabbing ass, and now she's not hauling ass. She's not carrying her weight.
She's pretty slow. Pretty slow. Only management can work with her because she has a sexual harassment claim too. So,
aren't you paid by not bathroom, but by the kitchen? Like you're like, yo, by the bathroom kitchen. I mean, by the location. So you're like, yo, we're banging out locations.
Well, technically, yes. Technically, it was like 75 an hour. But when we take 3 hours extra for each job, I'm like losing money.
Yeah.
I'm like staffing myself in the eye. Like I could already be at another job.
Raptor's only
because it's
making
slow.
money. Raptor's the only one legally making money in the state of fucking Tennessee.
Yeah, well, I mean,
by
my side
banging
business.
out bathrooms.
Yeah.
The only
You know,
one.
I knew somebody, a family member, his job was painting, and he just went around painting gas stations.
Mm.
And it
Yeah,
was like
Raptor makes more money than me.
It was like a couple of
Fucking
chains
killing.
of gas stations, and it was just like, oh, so when are you finished? He's like, well, I'm not. Like by the time I get to the last gas station, I'm going back to the first one.
There'll be another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Mhm.
okay,
It's
so
a
we finished
racket.
that
That's
one,
what we call a racket.
and then we
Yeah,
go
yeah.
back to that one. I don't know if it's a racket or just like a. It's just
It's not even a
cyclical.
racket. It's just evergreen.
Cyclical.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the
Just
time
evergreen.
he's finished whitewashing that last gas station, that first gas station has, you know, crackhead piss shit, whatever the fuck, you know,
Right.
all over it.
Yeah.
Fucking lot lizard fucking secretions or whatever.
Oh, God. Let me tell you what the money is really like. There's a business that's very lucrative. Painting gym floors, putting the lines on a gym floor, or like painting the mural, like the Chiefs logo in the middle, or you know whatever the.
Really?
Yes.
Do they finish after they paint? Like they paint and then they have to do the finish on top, right?
Yes.
Right. They do
Mhm.
both.
Well, you gotta remove
Yeah,
the
it's the
wax
same.
first,
It's
right?
the same reason people who fucking do cabinets make so much fucking money.
There's a whole process to it because you got to strip it down, clean it up, paint it, put your layer of like lacquer on. I mean, there's a whole bunch of steps I'm missing stuff, but
Dude,
like
it's funny you bring that up. I
money.
watched some NBA
That
games
veneer,
now,
whatever that
and the shit they
panache.
do on
Yeah.
those courts. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Some of the paint.
I
and
thought that
shit.
shit was
like
wood.
redoing like handicap lines at places. That's money too.
Mm.
Easy money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But you got to know
Dude,
between
anything
oil
like
and
that
water-based
is money,
paints
right?
and-
Like the like anything like street or highway
Right.
work is
Regulated.
money.
Anything regulated.
Money.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that
yeah,
motherfucker sitting on the road who like turns a sign from slow to stop. Like he's making like, you know, 20
money.
bucks an hour, right? He's making, and that's just like his first step into, I don't know, street construction, right? I mean, you guys
He'll get a
are,
shovel one day.
Well, it gives you
you guys are laymen, right? You guys know, you guys are working.
Well, it gives you a path to take, right? You have choices at that point. At that point, you can kind of go in whatever direction you want.
They just
I
really
would think.
testing you at that point, seeing if you want to stick around with the job because you know you
Right.
sit there flipping a sign all day. That is kind of
Right. Right.
You
That
you
too.
can either flip the slow sign or you can flip the stop. You know what I'm saying?
I still
Flip it
give
and
him a
rip
little
it.
fucking hello, howdy, who when I pass him. You know, I'm just like, hey, what's going on?
I'll tell you, I had a summer job and I got to like meet a lot of my DPW, the Department of Public Works people in the town, and it was fun, man. I got along with a lot of those guys, so yeah. I always wanted to get a town job, but just didn't work out. You know, tough to get. Tough job to
If
get.
I bail out, my phone's about to die.
Hard art. I want you on tour. I want you playing in front of thousands of
dude.
people.
I want to get back to it.
I want
man,
you.
to be honest.
I want you wet every night from different spots.
We need you hitting the circular drums like Neil Peart.
I keep telling Dark Gift and I don't know, like
Drums
we
spinning
gotta
around you.
we gotta get a
Dude.
CG band together. I think Whack-Ass, you were in the band, right? You're gonna be in the band.
Yeah, I can play guitar
Yeah.
and I can.
I want to
sing.
see Dark. I want to see Hard Art in that like 360 thing where he's like,
Like Tommy
Yeah,
Lee,
yeah, that's
like
what I'm
upside
saying.
down and
Tommy,
shit.
well,
Tommy-
yeah, Tommy Lee. He like goes
Tommy Lee,
above the
Neil Peart.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to see Motley Crue one time in concert, and Tommy Lee like came out and started spinning and shit. That was fucking.
Oh,
kinda...
yeah, man. You know, growing
I was thinking
up,
more
like,
of
that
Rush.
shit was wild.
The guy from
I
Rush.
am a Neil Peart guy.
Yeah, it's Neil Peart.
Yeah,
Yeah, Neil Peart had the 360 drum set.
I gotta get
yeah.
going.
He had the electric.
I'm-
All right, man. I'll see you later, John.
See you later.
Later, John.
John.
Sorry.
Peace out,
Hello,
man.
John.
I
We're
did a
geeking
logo
out.
for him over the weekend. Good stuff. He's fucking dude. John is producing. He's got a comic book. It's out. He's already starting his next comic book. Like while Ethan is like wishing this
Hey,
guy would
yeah,
break
what
his
happened
neck
with that?
harder.
Didn't Ethan give John some shit or something?
He gave him some shit, man. Yeah,
Of
dude.
course he did. Yeah,
What
he
an
say he
asshole.
fucking
Yo.
he say he wished his neck was broken again, dude.
What
Fuck
an
that
asshole.
It was like, yo, break your neck harder. It was like, yeah, paraphrase. It was
fucking
like,
jerk,
yeah, I want
man.
your neck to break harder. Because yo, like John has had Mark Miller on his show. John has had all kinds of fucking people on his show.
Dude, John's a
And
hardcore
Actual comic
comic
books
guy.
people
Dude,
thing.
Yeah, like
yeah.
he's
amazing.
way more than me. Like I'm a
true
poser
long
compared
box.
to him,
That's the
you know?
motherfucker who was
Yeah.
like, "You want
You
a
know?
job at Marvel? Show me your long box." I was like, "Oh, that's good, dude. Like
Yeah.
you should be showing your long boxes if you want to work at the big two."
Meanwhile,
But,
you have Ethan crying in the corner while consuming 10 pies a day.
yeah, like, hey, how about you get on my show? How about you come on my show? And Mark Miller fucking just ignored him, dude. Mark Miller was like, "I'm not fucking involved in that shit, dude." So then John was like, I don't know. John made a comment about, hey, how about not doing crap fast or trash
Excuse
me,
whatever. Yeah,
trash
whatever.
cast. I apologize.
Fat crap.
And then that like triggered Ethan to fucking like last shot at him, and it's like,
he's a little bitch. Ethan, I found
this
out
is
from
the guy that
personal
we
experience.
want.
He's
in
such a
CG.
little bitch. He's such. I know. John is exactly
the
what you
person
want.
who you want
Yeah.
in CG. Hardcore comic guy and producing. That's what and good shit. I mean,
and
it's
he's
like,
in it for the right reasons. Like he's not, you know what I mean? He's doing it for the right reasons.
So it's kind of fucked up for like somebody to like just like be shitty with him.
I was pissed off when I heard about it. That's all. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought it up, but I did hear about that.
I was already at the point of fuck Ethan at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nail. That was just another nail in the coffin. I'm just like, fuck this fucking dude. This fucking guy is a piece of shit.
Well, you know, it's funny. He had him on his stream not that long ago, and they were all buddy. Like Ethan was nice to him. Well, no, like all I remember, Ethan had him on, and it was like a relatively, it was good stream, not uneventful. And then like weeks later, all of a sudden, it's like fuck John Long, and then it's like Ethan he went on this fucking tangent when he was just punching down on everybody for every little fucking thing somebody said. It was so fucking trite and just so like,
dude, whatever John said,
man.
John is like so non-confrontational that was probably like super slight. You know what I mean? It was probably like a little. It was probably a little bit of rubbing. You know what I mean? A little bit of fucking. It
was nothing, dude. It was nothing.
It was nothing. It was nothing.
It just I find it funny.
For real,
that,
like it was crazy
Ethan,
how hard he came at him.
The littlest things set this guy off. I mean, he gets triggered, and he just starts punching down, and it's like, dude, I don't know, man.
John even tried to be like, listen, I have no problem with you. I think your good books are good. It's just if you buy them, expect to get
you can't meet
that Awesome wasn't
like,
good.
That's all he was saying to him, and this guy went crazy on him.
At Wackass, that's what I'm saying. You can't meet Ethan in the middle. He's incapable of that. If you even try to meet him in the middle, all he's gonna do is just double down, and it's not even worth it. That's what I figured out with dealing with Ethan.
No,
just not worth it. He's just gonna take it.
You have like whole channels, dude. Like I was tweeting about this earlier, and I'm rehashing it because it's my channel. It's my show.
You can do that.
Sure. Yeah, just like all like a BTM and a whole bunch of other people, just like super pissed off at Eric July, super fucking pissed that they bought like his shit, and it's like, why aren't you mad at Ethan? Like Ethan's the one who told you to buy this shit. Like Ethan's the one who was like, hey, this is the dopest shit. And BTM then spent $400, $500 on some, Eric July tier. And then a couple months later, Eric is just selling more stuff. And Ethan is like, yeah, that's all shit. And what you bought was shit.
Yeah.
So now these people are sitting there, and it's like, I would be like, man, why'd you tell me to buy that shit then?
You know what I'm
saying? Like, man, like I don't even know who this fucking Eric July guy was, and then you told me to buy his shit because you did a fucking cover for him.
Yeah,
Easy Shane did a cover for him. And now that I got the book,
yeah.
now that I've spent thousands, not thousands, but hundreds of dollars, you telling me it's dog shit?
He doesn't care about his
What the
fans.
fuck?
And
Like,
that's just
and
another
it's like, now
example.
I'm
He just
supposed to
doesn't
listen
care.
to your next opinion.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
ignore what I said
wild.
about this. Now, this book is the shit. Like, bro, what are you fucking talking about, man? How am I supposed to believe you? It's really odd.
Right. You can't believe, credibility is lost, right? There's just no credibility. There's no fucking credibility.
It kind of makes me think of that Howard Stern. You ever see, what was the Howard Stern movie?
Private Parts. Yeah,
Private Parts, right? There's a movie,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a segment in Private Parts where he like is talking about a product and then says something and then realize that he lies about it. And is like, guys, I'll never lie about this again.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that? He
yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
blah blah blah, Hard R Deli. Man, I remember my dad taking me to Hard R Deli when I was a kid.
I remember that. Yeah.
They just opened up 2 weeks ago. Okay, well, I lied and I'll never lie
I
again.
lied totally. Yeah.
Right? And he was like,
Man,
I'll always be honest. And it's like Ethan just doesn't have that like moment. Like he was like, oh yeah, I fucking lied about Isom. Fuck it. Here's Dino King. I lied about Dino, I lied about Isom, but I'm not
No
lying
filter.
about Dino
He's got
King.
no filter. Yeah, he's got no
Dude. It's
filter.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, why am I supposed to listen to you? And now we have John back. Now John's
Glacier,
pissed.
come on in.
John's pissed. Yeah, he's pissed at Dario. God damn it, Dario.
Glacier Mountain Comics.
God damn it,
What the hell happened now?
Come on
It's
in.
Dario.
Let's talk this out.
Dashcast episode, John. I don't remember which one, but he showed all your guys' DMs. That
I was watching live. I was typing in my things that I was literally writing. People who read DMs and chats are queer, and
yeah, Dario
blocked me.
Is the chat? Do we want Dario on here?
That's up to you. It's your show, man.
Yeah,
it's your show.
If John wants to talk to Dario, John, Dario is a fucking nut job. Like, you could explain reality to him, but I don't think it'll set. Are you ready?
Yeah, I just looked at his channel. It's got to be like the gayest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know what's worse, Riley or his channel. The way that he's trying to present himself as like, this tough guy type
Dario,
shit.
click the link. Let's
I don't know. Dario's like changed. Like, he's got a whole new fucking.
Just don't flash a
he's
gun
got
on us, Dario. Don't
he's got a whole new Coke delivery guy now. He like shaved his beard. He shaved his hairline. He's bleeding out of his nose.
Dario said, I was just saying Ethan showed the messages.
On Trashcast.
Yeah.
Did he tell you that Ethan was sitting in the middle of a party and nobody wanted to fucking talk to him? I walk over to talk to him and he's just like, oh, you're harshing my buzz. I'm like, dude, it's a freaking party. Go to your room if you want to be by yourself. But he literally walked into the fire pit, sat on the edge of the fire pit. Everybody avoided him like the plague. So I said, I felt bad for the guy sitting there by himself, getting super chatted to eat stale cake that was sitting out there for 6 hours. So I go over and talk to him, and then the bitch starts talking about me. So he invites me on his channel. So I send him a message. Hey, can I come on? A week goes by. Can I come on? And he says, well, you got to be funny. I was like, I'm funny. I was like, whatever.
What an asshole.
First off,
you got to be funny. Shit, I've seen some people show up.
Not funny. Andy Smith
I didn't say I'm better than all the kids. I'm goofing around.
None of those assholes are funny on that show. So like the whole be funny is fucking gay.
Glacier Mountain. Talk shit from behind.
It's like the only thing funny at all.
I gotta jump off, gentlemen.
Later,
John.
See you around.
Yeah, you know what? I'm getting a text.
I never said I was better than the Kings. I said I was funny as Cecil. I'm funny. I had everybody laughing on this.
Dude, you're amazing, John.
You're a great guy, John.
You're blue collar funny.
Yeah, John. Yeah. It's those assholes. It ain't you, bro.
Hey, Glacier, how's your comic coming along? Let me see.
Ooh, damn. Let's leave it on that. Hey, and with that, we'll let Glacier go to his channel and cry and do some coke.
Go brandish some weapons.
Have a little nosebleed afterward.
Yo, Lord Raptor, are you streaming later?
Hell no. I'm taking the night off. Dealing with this bitch all day. I'm relaxing.
Bro. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yo, fuck this guy, John. Don't stress.
See, you type
Glacier's
bury
a
yourself,
fucking
says
kook,
Glacier in the chat.
He hangs out with TJ. He's a fucking kook.
I don't know who TJ is.
Exactly.
Anyway,
good job. All right, guys.
The best. Matt, you read it.
I did read it. I thought it was fantastic, dude.
So that's
Holy
all that matters.
shit.
It's about comics.
I thought it was
Dude.
awesome, man.
Still
I thought it
What
was
did
a
Ethan?
fantastic
Hold on,
comic
hold
book.
on, hold on. Did Ethan say it was bad? Is that what happened?
No, nobody did. I sent out the
Alright,
digital
alright.
copies last night, so I'm starting.
Nah, people are getting it and they're loving it. I read it. It's fucking classic fucking comic book stuff, dude.
I gotta
love
get
it.
it. I don't think
I
I
love
did
it.
back that. I'll have to go back.
I love
Can I
it,
still
dude.
back it?
It's
Is that
Yeah,
possible?
if you want a digital copy, you'll have it in 20 minutes.
That's cool. All right, man. If you can post that in the private chat, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
If not, I'll
post it in
figure
the
it out.
chat actually, so people can go get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. Chill. We'll chill a little bit. Why not? Why
chill.
not?
Yeah. You know, the first like 60 episodes of this show, maybe not 60, 20, I was like doing a lot of shilling for people. Because that was like part of the show was just to like have a guest on and just kind of like ask them about their projects and stuff, but just kind of ran out of people.
Maybe because CG is shrinking, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, once you hit like 30 or 40, you know what I mean? You do kind of like run out of
that's
like
true.
campaigns to shill.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, it's not like you put out a campaign every day, you know. So
right. And there's only so many, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe I could like reach out to non-CG. That'd be cool.
You mean
that might be the next step, to be honest.
CG is only 3 people, so like anybody who's not 3
That's
people.
the truth.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Hey, Chris Stanley, why does Mango's wanting me to ask you about Black Flag from Assassin's Creed?
Wait, from
I'm assuming.
no, it's Frigga.
I'm
Frigga.
Boogie.
Yeah, it's Frigga.
Oh,
Frigga.
I'm Black Flag. I got my wife is
I
texting
like
me.
Dan.
We got a little person. I got my daughter is asking for me right now.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go do that thing.
Dinner.
So thanks for being here. Be brave. Be honest. Get your fucking books done.
2 weeks.
Be creative. Just be honest, right, guys?
Yeah.
Fierce. Be fierce.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks for having me on, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Nice to see you guys, everybody.
Always a pleasure. Good to have you here, Red. Good to have you, Sci-Fi. Always a pleasure, Lord Raptor. Peace out, guys.
Later.
Hell chat.
Fucking stop the stream.